There we go. Welcome back to the bolts. This branch contains the silver rune of Sot. Sure. Done exploring. Let's go to the second floor. Or did I complete bolts or something and I don't remember? I don't think that was the case. Okay. I really should trim my fingernails. I forgot to do it um, since last stream. Alrighty. Just doing what I am supposed to do with this character, which is cast poisonous vapors and then ignite poison, because those things are really, really strong. I see a bold ward over there. It's perhaps for the best that I do not um, engage it in that situation, in that position. Mm, this would be way easier if I had Toxic Radiance. I probably should get used to that feeling because, yeah. Last stream with this character, I also had that feeling a lot. All my Necromancers are going to YouTube, by the way. This one is going to YouTube. The previous one will also go to YouTube, and the first one that I played already is on YouTube. In case you didn't catch it, it was the Deep Dwarf, I think. I think I tried with Hilork, and then I threw the game. I decided that Hilork Necromancer was not what I wanted to do. It's not that fun because they don't get good mana. They have a pretty bad spellcasting aptitude. Mm. Yeah, as you can see, this guy has 38 mana. It doesn't have mana items equipped. Okay. For some reason, I remember Dire Elephants being very troublesome for this character. Maybe they are, and I just didn't really have any issues with that one right now. I bet that's another Dire Elephant. Yeah, it definitely is. It's two of them, actually. Let's see if I can kill the two of them. Okay, severely wounded, heavily wounded. Let's just try to finish them off. Getting pretty lucky with my shields. And there we go. Quite nice indeed. We just got the two elephants. It's much easier when you're fighting one or two at a time instead of fighting like 5 of them at the same time. Who would have guessed? It's also really easy when you actually don't get hit by them. I guess that also helps. How long until Malin Gateway? It's at 13%. I would say that we are really, really close. In fact, we are so close that I can already do it reasonably. I assume that the Tentacle is not going to do well here. In fact, I am not going to do well because it's a bunch of monsters. It's a lot of monsters. And I not only don't have zombies, but I also don't have any area of effect attacks. The Tentacle is probably going to die to the launchers. So the correct thing to do here is to read Torment, I think. Or not Torment, Teleport, sorry. Okay, I don't think I want to go over there. I would like to go in the opposite direction. I'm pretty sure the Tentacle doesn't fight outside my line of sight. It used to do that, and it was pretty incredibly busted when it could do that. But it doesn't do that anymore. That outlasted the like normal summons not being or being able to do that by quite a while. So yeah, because originally summons just attacked outside of your line of sight and it was like giga broken. It is not the case anymore, and it hasn't really been the case for quite a while. But that's how it used to be back in the day. I don't like this situation. And I don't like it because I do not have the means of sustain with this character. I don't have that. No sustain. No, you have a Vertige. No wonder I've been getting hit really hard standing in this particular tile. Fortunately for me, I have to kill you. Yeah, okay, that went fine. Let's see if we can snipe the Convoker. Okay, the Convoker is pretty much dead because it's super hurt and poisoned now. And now I can just sit here. There we go. That was kind of sketchy. Fights can be very dangerous and very explosive when you're playing mommy. Like if you take a lot of damage, you don't have access to potions or so. It might not be a terrible idea for a mommy to go a god that provides solid defensive options, which I didn't do this time around. I prefer to go for the much more offensive and powerful approach of just going Ashensari and actually being able to function as a character that doesn't have terrible aptitudes. And so far, that has been going quite well. But it does depend a lot on the pilot. Like, if you make a mistake, you're gonna get punished by that mistake really, really hard when you're playing a mommy. Um, Not something for beginner crawl players, but something that can get to be enjoyable and maybe even fun. If you go Ashensari, that is. I wouldn't enjoy playing Mommy if I was not an Ashensari worshipper right now. Um, yeah, very important to snipe the Bogarts because the Bogarts just summon crazy things, and they have very low HP, so it's not difficult to kill them. I have min delay on my Trident, so I'm just gonna tap these guys. It goes well. Um, I have many things that I want to replace. I want to replace my body armor for fire skills, but I want to enchant them as much as possible. And I also want to replace my current Trident of Pain for the Demon Trident. But unfortunately, you cannot get Pain Brand out of a Scroll of Brand weapon. That is not a thing that happens anymore. Which is a shame because that would be perfect for my current character. My only hope is to find another very highly enchanted Demon Trident, which is not going to happen, and to have it have the Pain Brand, which is also not going to happen. But I am going to be, satisfied if by some twist of luck I happen to obtain a Pain Demon Trident. It doesn't even have to be highly enchanted. As long as it's Pain branded, I would be satisfied with it. Okay, that went well. This cost me all of my mana bar because unfortunately I do not have access to any good area of effect spells. Convoker is convoking. Can I persuade you to stop convoking? Yes, okay. Hide behind the tentacle. Right, I got 16 of something. I don't know what it was. I think it was probably translocations, right? Let's train summonings now. What's this looking like? 9%. After I get my summonings high, it should also do very well. Ouch, I'm actually taking a lot of damage here. 8, 16, 32. What's next? 64? If it's 64, I survive. It was 11, fortunately enough, not 64. But yeah, that got kind of worrisome for a second. Oh, talking about worrisome, yeah, that could be an issue. I forgot about that, my bad. I think with a bit of luck we might be able to teleport before bad things happen. Yeah, that went well. That went not bad at all. I did have to use a scroll of teleport, but at the end of the day, I didn't die. Give me a second. All right, let us continue. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, let's just continue pressing out to explore. This was the huge band of monsters that I didn't want to fight. Unfortunately, it still looks like there's like 2 or 3 bands of monsters. An orc band, a Yoctor band, and then whatever this was. It was probably that orc that I just killed, but I'm gonna play it safe and assume that it was another band that I do not know of. So yeah, I can probably kill off those monsters 1 versus 1, but I most definitely shouldn't even attempt to fight them all at the same time, because bad things can and will happen if I do such a thing. It turned into a torpor snail. Okay, please don't slow me. Wow, that's a pretty bad thing. Yeah, you usually take these fights under the assumption that you're not gonna be slowed, right? Um, these fights are already kinda difficult enough as it is. Fortunately, the Torpor Snail shapeshifter turned into something that was not a Torpor Snail, so we're fine. Hmm. Oh, you need more open space to create a gateway. Unfortunate. Turned into a Torpor Snail again. Alright, we are doing just fine. Though I am taking some damage here. Oh, look at that. I didn't really expect more monsters to be in there. I guess it's my fault. What do we have against these guys? Do I have file? Yeah, I do. Okay, it's important to file the Tango Reaver. It's kind of scary otherwise. Can deal a lot of damage. That also files the Frost Giant, which can go through deep water but can be waterlogged. It's kind of weird. I guess it doesn't really swim. Travel to water doesn't entail swimming. Like, for example, I wouldn't be able to waterlog a water nymph or a merfolk Necromancer, for example, but you can waterlog a frost giant, a Tengu River. It's a weird thing. I wish the game made it a bit more transparent what works and what doesn't work when it comes to waterlogging monsters. Um, okay, not a big fan of the white very ugly thing that's next to me. I'm gonna try to poison it. Okay, ooh, it turned into a shining eye. You wanna know what's funny? The shining eye is not really an issue for my character because I'm a mommy. I don't have to fear getting malmutated. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. Perks of being undead. As I mentioned in the first part of this character, there's some upsides and there's some downsides to being an undead character. Mostly downsides earlier on, with some small upsides such as being immune to poison. But the more the game progresses, the more upsides you start to see. And by the end of the game, it's mostly upsides, though there's still downsides, such as being vulnerable to Dispel Undead. Also, not the only one. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate the follow. I play a lot of Crawl here. You can't malmutate me. I'm already as ugly as I can get. Yeah, pretty much. You know, it's kind of hard to make a mummy be worse than what it already is. Malmutations or no malmutations. I guess if mummies could get mutated, it would be bad if you could get minus a scroll on a mummy. That reminds me of this one time where I was playing a mummy of Rue, and I was in slime, and I sacrificed the scroll. I got the worst mutation in the game. Back then when I did this, I was still playing Rook characters. You can imagine how long ago that was. I was streaming already, but it was earlier in my streaming career. Um, and I went a mummy of Rue, and it was going well. I was actually having a good character, and I went into slime, and I had sacrificed scrolls, so you get the mutation that prevents you from reading scrolls when you take damage, which is the worst mutation in the game. And I was also a mummy, so no scrolls, no potions. And I went into slime and I just took damage. And I was at like 160 HP or so. And there was one monster next to me. And I was like, oh, I am dead. I actually have no way to survive this. And lo and behold, I died because I took the worst mutation in the game. Ever since then, I started calling it the worst mutation in the game. I also have this disdain for Rue because I feel like it's quite frequent for me to have serious issues with Rue because I just because I like serious issues with my characters just because I got Rue that I feel I wouldn't have with other gods. But I don't know. I don't know. Ru is definitely not for me. I have to tell you that. Some people think Ru is very strong. I don't think Ru is very strong, or rather, I should say, I think Ru is reasonably strong, but there is a lot of downside to going Ru that is not compensated for by the upside. It's kind of like going Chevriados. No, Chevriados is fine actually. It's kind of like going Caslal. That is the best comparison that I can give it. By the way, that was an enormous slime creature killing an Eldritch Tentacle, and then a second Eldritch Tentacle killing the enormous slime creature. Having access to Eldritch Tentacle is pretty nice. It's my first win condition spell that I found in this playthrough. So it's quite nice that I already can use it, and that I can use it well. It serves the purpose that I got it for, which is helping me deal with bands of monsters. We unfortunately have not found zombie hands. We didn't find toxic radiance. We didn't find any like spells that actually hit the entirety of the screen or like a good amount of monsters. I guess I do have freezing cloud, and maybe that would be reasonable to get. It's not even that expensive for me to get it, thanks to Ashensari, but I'm not so sure. Yeah, if I got a decent amount of ice magic, I could actually cast it, but it's a bit too late for that. I do think the combination of Mystic Blast and oh, come on. Double miscast of Manning Gateway at 7%? Unlucky. I do think the combination of Mystic Blast and Freezing Cloud is really, really strong. It's definitely a good way to get out of the early game, and it can serve for quite a while, yeah, actually, for almost the entirety of the game.
My wife still doesn't believe in me!
Knights to Sep.
Oh, Star Polemic, thank you for the 11 months. Even though you've been here for much longer than 11 months, I still appreciate the support. I should start saying more like, Star Polemic, thank you for the 20 months or so, because you've been around for way longer than 11 months. But anyway, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Here we are playing some more of this mummy. I guess I'm gonna train armor now. I really don't know what to train anymore. Maybe I could train more summons for horrible things. Maybe I could do that, but I don't know. I don't like horrible things as much as I like Malin Gateway. Horrible things is okay. It's very strong, but it's not Malin Gateway levels of strong. I could train more Necromancy. I could maybe train Necromancy to 16 to increase the damage of my Pain Brand and to be ready for Haunt when it eventually comes to me. But the other side of the coin is that maybe I'll just not get Haunt ever, period. So maybe I shouldn't. I'm gonna train Armor. And I'm gonna train Dodging. Let's train like 10 Dodging. It's gonna be cheap to get because I am a worshipper of Ashensari. Okay, better get out of that room before the worm becomes hostile and starts hitting me. I've heard of people that have dived to their own worms, to their own Eldritch Tentacles. I personally have never had that issue. I have gotten hit by my own Eldritch Tentacle, and it is always a very scary situation, but I have never been killed by one. Okay, of course the Eldritch Tentacle has a hard matchup against monsters that are ranged, such as the Yactors. How low is it? 7%. Okay, that's gonna get worse when I put on the heavy armor that I currently have. Or that I will be wearing, the fire scales. It's gonna get pretty bad actually. Talking about pretty bad, that was going most definitely pretty bad. So yeah, oh look at that robe. I wonder why robes generate with minus cast. Like no character will ever want to wear a robe with minus cast. That's nonsensical. Like you could say, oh maybe a gargoyle, like a melee gargoyle, but if you're a melee gargoyle, you probably can do better than just a rogue with minus cast. You probably have something like, I don't know, dragon scales. Dragon scales are pretty good, just in general. Why was that nameless horror just walking around? It must have been summoned by a miscast of mine, but I don't know when I even miscast something and didn't kill the nameless horror. Or maybe what happened was that the nameless horror got hit by the tentacle and then got teleported away with like distortion. Well, it's not distortion. It used to be distortion. I guess it's still a thing that can be done by Chaos Brand. But I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. I was not really paying attention to the brand that Chaos Brand was applying when the tentacle was hitting monsters. Um, so yeah, give me a second, please. All right, I am back. Uh, Wizard hotels use minus cast robes to keep guests from walking off with complimentary sauna robes. Understandable. Hello, hello. You change your mind that melee characters are weak compared to mages. Does one game change your mind? Melee characters forgive so many things. Huh? Which game? Hmm. Are you sure that? Because I think it's the opposite. I think that melee is very unforgiving. But no, no, no. Let me put something straight here. Playing a Minotaur and playing melee is like two different things. Minotaurs are not playing the same game as the majority of species are. Minotaurs are like cat, but in the complete opposite direction. Like cat is not crawl because cat's too awful, right? Minotaur is also not crawl because Minotaurs are way too easy. It's Melee appears easy because it's a Minotaur. Try the same with a human, and it's not gonna go well. Tell your friends to play a human berserker, just so you see. It's not gonna go well. I can guarantee it. Your friend is gonna start dying in situations where your friend would have been able to trivialize the fight as a Minotaur. I'm just gonna put it like that. So yeah, I feel that for me, when I'm not playing something ridiculous like a Minotaur or a Hill Orc, Mage is the way to go. I can win Mage relatively consistently with like almost every species, and I cannot do the same thing with Melee. So that's why I like Mage a lot more than Melee. You do not want your friend to suffer. You will try this out yourself. Good decision. Good decision. I can agree with that. Oh yeah, Dispellanded. Dispellanded is what I want to do right now. For the Wraith, I am surrounded. I am surrounded with very little mana. Okay, time to use a Scroll of Tele. Unfortunately, I still do not have the amount of melee prowess that I would like to have to be able to survive this kind of situation. Ashensari mapping is actually really strong. Take a look at this. I can actually see the shape of the level. Really, really, really busted. Like it a lot. Okay, the troll keeps chasing after me. Okay, but I have good mana now. I can actually kill it. Oh, come on. You gotta die. Yeah, okay. Now I can pillar dance these guys. Oh, I'm back to where I began. Oh no. Oh no. Now I am giving these guys attacks of opportunity. That's pretty bad. Okay, my best bet of winning this without using consumables is to stall until 7 mana. If I can stall until 7 mana, I can cast Malign Gateway, and then the worm just kills everything. You've wanted to do a melee Octopoth. Your friend saw a couple of crawl streams, and then he wanted to jump into the game. I assume that your friend saw my stream. Thank you for showing your friend my stream. You were able to guide him up to his first S3 rune, Swamp, I think. You do not want him to see the other side of the coin. Yeah, it can get pretty rough. It definitely can get pretty rough. Okay, I successfully stalled until 7 mana, so now me and my wormy friend are gonna be able to kill all of these guys. Um, yeah, the worm hits. Well, I guess the tentacle. The tentacle. I just say worm because it looks like a W. It's a W in console. W's are worms, but it is an eldritch tentacle. It hits obscenely hard. So yeah, it's fantastic. Quite a good thing to have as an ally. Definitely a fearsome enemy if you don't have the correct tools to deal with it. The correct tools being good ranged attacks that deal physical damage. If the ranged attacks that you're trying to use do not deal physical damage, they are completely worthless against the tentacle because the tentacle is immune to pretty much everything. It's immune to everything that is not physical attacks. It's even resistant to drowning. That's how strong it is. Um, let's see. I wonder if orbs of fire are resistant to drowning. Mm, they are not resistant to drowning. Take a look at that. Not even resistant to drowning. Alrighty. With that out of the way, let's just. We found another scroll of teleport. That's quite nice. Scrolls of teleport are a bit more important for this character than they would be for your average character. This character has less ways to escape a situation compared to your average character, since I do not have access to haste. Haste is the most important one. I guess I could get swiftness. I have swiftness. I also have blink, right? I have the spell blink. Yeah, I got the spell blink, and I kind of have been completely forgetting about that spell. But I should really put it to use. It's a very strong spell. Oh, I think the Eldritch Tentacle became hostile. Yeah, I think it became hostile. Okay. Whatever. Doesn't really matter that it is hostile. I just have to walk around or walk away until the gateway closes, and then I can just cast the spell again. Why did it become hostile? Because I used Mystic Blast, and the monster that I used Mystic Blast on hit the tentacle, so the tentacle took damage that came from me, and therefore it became hostile. Normally, what happens with summons is that they don't become hostile when such a thing happens. They disappear instead. But somebody select me. Oh wow, it went berserk. Delightful. Somebody select summons become hostile instead of disappearing. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Okay, I would like it if you took care of your mess, Mr. Wormy. Can you please turn around and hit the berserk deep troll? Alright, thank you for hitting the Berserk Deep Troll. That was pretty scary. That's the kind of thing that can happen to you if you use Pain or if you use Chaos branded weapons. So better not use those unless you're strong enough to be able to face the consequences. When you're a mage and you're using Malin Gateway, the same kind of applies, but much less so. Like, it's much more manageable to deal with a Berserk monster that is all the way over there compared to a Berserk monster that's next to you as a melee character, especially with melee being what it is nowadays. Okay, one of the tentacles died, but I can always get another one. Apparently, there's an endless supply of otherworldly creatures willing to put a tentacle through a mysterious hole. Don't ask me why, but there seems to be, yeah, endless supply. I guess it, yeah, I was about to say that it does help that they almost never get killed, but the tentacle always gets severed, so they always lose one tentacle. I don't know. I don't think I would put a tentacle through a mysterious hole twice if the first time my tentacle was completely severed. But that's just me. Malin glory hole. I guess so. They're all Malin. Oh boy. Um, no comment on that. I don't know what to say about that. The Eldritch are extra freaky. I suppose so. Maybe they don't mind. Maybe it's like a haircut. Yeah, maybe it's like a haircut. And the tentacles are instead like hair. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably like that. Maybe the eldritch otherworldly creatures are like gargantuan, and what would be hair for them is like a massive tentacle for us. That makes sense, right? Definitely makes sense. Rodents chewing on concrete. um, okay, I did say 10 dodging. We already got that. Let's train 20 spellcasting actually. Yeah, let's train 20 spellcasting. Just because it's like one of the very few skills that I have good aptitudes for. Okay, I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to mess with that because it's a fight, like, it's too many monsters at the same time. 4 monsters that are kind of nasty. So I would rather just not do that, period. Thank you, Oshensari, for preventing my demise. I certainly appreciate that. Ashensari is really one of the strongest gods in the game, if not just straight up the strongest. I personally consider Ashensari to be the strongest god in the game as it is right now. It's funny to me that I've seen people on Reddit say that Ashensari is nerfed, and I'm like, have you even played Ashensari since the changes? The community, like, let's be fair, everyone had like a negative outlook on Ashensari as the changes were enacted back when Ashensari was reworked. But then people tried it, and then people realized that Ashensari was really, really busted. So yeah, and ever since then, Ashensari has gotten barely nerfed. You could say that Ashensari is still pretty much the same thing that it was when after the rework. Like same everything is the same. Like the important parts are still there. They're just slightly less powerful. But yeah, it's really really crazy how strong Ashensari is. That also looks like a whole mess that I don't want to mess with. Too many monsters to deal with at the same time. If I see 2 bands, I don't want to mess with 2 bands. What is this? Book of Transfigurations, and a Halberd of Chaos, and a short sword, and a ring mail, and a ghost that has Toxic Radiance. Jeez, I wish I had that. Wow, 3 dice of 31 stun arrow. So why? Well, I understand why monsters deal the same damage with stun arrow as they do with LRD. A stun arrow can miss. LRD gets its damage highly reduced by armor class. So yeah, all right. I also am not gonna mess with that because the loot wouldn't be really worth it. Jactor Band, just wait around here. Somebody lost a very good character. Who lost a very good character? Who lost a very good character? Was it really a very good character? Maybe like what you would define as a very good character and what I would define. Oh, the ghost. Oh, the ghost. Let's take a look at the ghost again. Go bolts 3. Let's take a look at the ghost again. Oh, I cannot see the ghost? Huh. Well, I cannot see the ghost, I guess. Oh, also, I forget, but whenever you look at the ghosts like that, it doesn't show their spells for some reason. I don't know if it's like a bug or something, but it doesn't show their spells. I've opened bolts thinking that the ghost didn't have spells, that I was like misremembering, and the ghost had spells. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't go well when that kind of thing happens. Anyway, I was slightly worried about the tentacle because, yeah, it had already been there for a while. That must be a bug, just to show their spells. Oh yeah, but what I mean is like when I check on the ghost like this, I'm gonna intentionally do it after this fight, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. When I check on the ghost using the map like that, it doesn't show their spells. But when I am here, of course, it does show the spells. Let me exclude that as well. Come on, why is it not letting me go through? It's not like these guys are gonna wake up. Um, yeah, like right here I can expect the ghost and it does show me the spells, right? I need to get into that room so I can see the ghost for real. And then I am going to go over here and inspect the ghost and you can still see it, right? But what if I leave the level? Maybe it was fixed since the last time I checked it, but let's see. Let's go downstairs. Okay, now that I am downstairs, let's go back to Bolts 3 and inspect the ghost. And let's see what the game tells me about the ghost. Yeah, there it is. No spells. In You can appreciate it better in console because there's like a huge chunk under this that would give me the spells of the ghost, but that's exactly what I was talking about. If you inspect the ghost like this, it doesn't show you the spells. But if you are in the same level of the ghost and you inspect it the ways that I have done, it does show you the spells. Yeah, it's probably like feature missing. hmm Regardless, it very clearly doesn't function as it should. So I should definitely bug report it. I don't know how to word it, so I bet it's just gonna be better that I make a clip and just like put it in my bug report. More often than not, it's very easy for a dev or someone who knows their stuff to figure out what's going on if they directly see it. I know that it was like that for me when I worked help desk. Find a way to exploit it, and then it will get fixed. That's indeed how it is sometimes. Um, do you remember the Uskayo exploit, the one that Saffer was exploiting to get world records? Yeah, that got fixed real quick. But it's just the nature of crawl design philosophy. Oh, come on, I made it mad again. It really doesn't matter that it gets mad. But it is annoying that I lose the ally that I kind of needed for the fight. I am actually running into a dead end. Okay, I wonder if I'm gonna be able to use the tentacle here. I hope so. Dungeon can only cope with one Malin gateway at a time. You remember when you could figure out what spaces were safe from traps by watching where monsters moved? Yeah, after that, exploration traps were introduced into the game because people had scripts that excluded every tile that a monster had not stepped on, which was pretty silly, but it's legit something that people did. They just set up um, some macros on their RC file or like scripts that did the whole thing automatically. So not very intrusive for the player. Ouch! Stop that. Can you kill me if you do it again? You kinda can, and that's very scary. You're almost dead. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast Ignite Poison, and then if you don't die and you somehow roll max damage, I'm gonna be mad because that's the only way that you can kill me. Yeah, there we go. I was also thinking about using File of Lots, but I saw that it was almost dead, and like I had an action next turn that it was almost guaranteed to kill that guy, so I just went for it. And fortunately, it did work in my favor. Those guys are so nasty. I hate them. I feel like they deal way too much damage. They were okay when they were first introduced, but then they got buffed, and now I feel like they deal ridiculous amounts of damage that they shouldn't deal, in my opinion. Yeah, a bit too much damage. There was a script to mark the tiles that they themselves already stepped on. I confirmed they weren't traps. That is correct. This is smart targeting too. Yeah, it can miss at least. So it is a smite targeted, but it can miss. It's a weird thing. I would be much more okay with that if it dealt way less damage, but it couldn't miss. So like kind of like an in between of damnation and smite. So not as powerful as Damnation, but it deals more damage than Smite, you know? And it also doesn't deal damage in an area of effect. I would be much more okay with that ability if it was that instead of what it is right now. What it is right now is very unstable. Sometimes they just don't deal any damage to you, and sometimes you just get hit by that 2 times in a row, and you lose like 100 HP, which is exactly what happened to me in the last fight, by the way. Um, so yeah, not a fan of those guys. After the change, that is. Mm, Geez, I should train more spellcasting. Look at how cheap it is to train. It's as cheap as training dodging and shields, and it's at 20 compared to the 11 and 10 of dodging and shields. It's quite crazy, yeah. I think I should continue training spellcasting, like at least to 25 or so. It's gonna be really, really cheap to train it to 25. Mm. Okay, once again, I am lacking in spells that hit the entirety of the screen. Dude, again? Can you stop? That's already like the second time in a row that it happens. This is quite aggravating, I have to say. Oh, I should probably blink, because I have that. Oh wow, it just keeps berserking, dudes. Oh man, this is bad. Normally, Malin Gateway doesn't do that, I have to clarify. The vast majority of time, Malin Gateway is actually a good spell. This time, it's not being a good spell. Okay, I'm gonna re-teleport. I'm out. Yeah, Chaos Brand is fine until it isn't, but here's the deal. It's fine when you're not the one using Chaos Brand. When it's a monster that you're allied with using the Chaos Brand, it's usually fine. But this time it was not fine. But it's also really, really unlucky to have that happen. Two berserkers at the same time. And what's even more annoying is that the monsters got hit by Eldritch Tentacle melee. And not only did they not die, they got berserk, and the tentacle didn't continue attacking them. It's the craziest thing. Mm. Anyway, when it comes to the situation, I don't like it. It's a pretty messed up situation. Do I have summoning? I do not possess such a thing, unfortunately. Might have to read another teleport. Yeah, I might have to read another teleport. Alright. This place is burning through my teleports quite badly. Oh, you gotta be joking. What's with this teleport? That's not real. This is like taken off a comedy sketch or something. Wow. Wow, like insane. That's gotta be a joke. At least the tentacle will be hitting these berserkers. Definitely not making them any more berserk than they already are. This is absurd. I have 3 mana. Come on, I need a breather. I'm probably gonna have to use a scroll of blinking into another scroll of teleport and then try to leave the level, or blink and get pretty lucky, land in a fantastic spot, and then read teleport anyway. Hold on, I maybe have something that I can do instead of reading teleport. Box of Beasts, Phantom Mirror on the Berserker, maybe. Not that absurd. Sure, that's happened to all of us more than once. I don't know. Like, did you just see what happened? I teleported twice, and I went away into a bad situation, and I landed in the exact same situation that I was running away from in the first place. Not only that, but I was within melee range of the monster that made me run away. That's really not. That's really not how it is. Yeah, this Morbius movie sucks. He doesn't say the quote. I think I think it's pretty funny what's happening to that movie. Um, I don't even know what the movie is about, but I still find it pretty funny. Yeah, I'm gonna use Phantom Mirror on the Berserker. It's probably gonna help. I'm also gonna use Box of Beasts. Some laughs wildly. Got a low level Oxbat Beast. I needed an Elder one. I think there's 4 levels, right? Larval, Juvenile, Elder, and Primal. Is that how it is? Hmm. Hello, Pat Losing Simulator. I am fine. How about you? About someone picking Jared Leto to play another comic book character and hopefully learning the lesson this time? You have never seen a Primal Box Beast? Seriously, you've never seen a Primal one? I've seen the Primal one with characters with 27 evocations, and even less than that. It's not that rare, but it is pretty strong. Elder is already like on the same level of a normal fire, but Primal deals even more damage and is even more tanky. Um, Vampire character I can morph into. Oh no. I don't know. Star Polemic told me to play Vampire Enchanter the other day and just like say it's morphing time whenever I stab anyone. I don't know what that means, but maybe I should do that. Um, let's do this. If I get to 55 subscribers by the end of today, my next stream is gonna be that. Like I'm gonna play a vampire enchanter, and every time I stab someone, I'm gonna say it's morphing time. It's like iconic quote from the movie. Yeah, emblematic. It defines a generation. Mighty morphing power enchanters. Yeah, there we go. That's set in stone. Oh, talking about other things that are set in stone, the karaoke stream. I might not do it this weekend, but I'm gonna do it soon. I promise that I'm gonna do it soon. Maybe next weekend. Um, it's gonna be on either a Saturday or a Sunday, and it's gonna be at like my usual streaming time, and it's gonna be on YouTube. It's not gonna be on Twitch because Twitch always copyrights people who do karaoke streams. So I don't want to be copyrighted, but YouTube doesn't do that, so I can do it on YouTube. Also, even if I get copyrighted on YouTube, it doesn't matter because YouTube money is like not real. It doesn't exist. Um, but anyway, what did I want to do here? Apart from that. Hmm. 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 Oh, hold on. Huh, maybe I can paralyze you. Yeah, it's been a while since I've used a wand. I don't think I've used a wand in this playthrough, but that does seem like a pretty good play. 58%. It works. Oh yeah, I also wanted to inspect the box of beasts. Yeah, I got a bit distracted there. Six known traits. Okay. Stronger beasts to be revealed. It doesn't say how many levels of them they are. Um, but yeah, it's like larval, juvenile. I don't know if there's major. I think there's major, but I'm not sure. And there's also obviously elder and primal. So it's either 4 or 5. I don't remember exactly how many of them there are. I don't have enough magic to cast this spell. Mm. Yeah, this is not gonna go well. I don't win this. I don't win this with this character. I'm gonna read another teleport. Fortunately, we got rid of the Berserker for all that matters. Um, Jeez. This level has been pretty rough on me. I have to say that. Can I just land in a spot that doesn't have 20 spellcasters? Or berserking trolls? I think this is a ghost bolt. Did I get teleported inside a ghost bolt? Because this looks like a ghost bolt. Yes, this is definitely a ghost bolt. This is so messed up. Why can that even happen? That book is. These books aren't even good. I already have the spells in 2 of them. The manual voice is completely worthless, and this is also completely worthless. I'm not gonna get those spells. Um, I mean, I could get dispersal now that I think about it. Like, it doesn't require any extra investment since I already have Malin Gateway. I'm probably gonna do it just to give it a try. Um, but yeah, I guess we are gonna read another teleport because there's no way I survive this otherwise. Okay. These are the. Why do I keep jumping from the same bad situation into the same bad situation? I am a bit tired of that. How many scrolls of teleport have I already have to use? This is starting to feel like SOT 5, you know? SOT 5 usually has situations like this happen. Okay, there we go. This time I am out and I am safe and I can just keep resting. And I would be able to rest to full HP if it was not for Ashensari. Ashensari's constant interruptions are somewhat aggravating. But yeah, that's fine. All right. So while I do think that I would like to have those spells, at least dispersal. Disjunction is probably a bit too expensive, but dispersal would be okay. Um, I am not gonna go into that bolt for those spells. Definitely not. How hard do you hit it by that? Yeah, of course not very hard. Sargonian Abyss. Might have to give it a try. As always, if you want me to try a game, you just have to gift me the game and I will try it at some point. Um, that's how it usually goes. People gift me games and I try them. I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but like whenever people give me games, I tend to review them and to give them a try. The Kochmind was like that. For Vampire Survivors, I bought it myself because it looked pretty interesting, and it was also really cheap. So yeah, I could afford to give myself that small luxury of buying Vampire Survivors. Um, Eden, I bought it a long time ago when I still had a job. Oh, talking about that, I'm thinking of getting a job again. Yeah, I have a friend who is going to open physical card shop. Like my friend who has the card business is finally gonna open a physical location, which is something that I've told him about since pretty much the very beginning. Like you should have a shop to host tournaments and everything. And then COVID happened, and then I was like, well, it's a pretty good thing that you didn't open your shop because COVID happened. But now that COVID is kind of getting under control, now it's shop time, and he's pretty much already like guaranteed to get his shop. So I might ask him to let me work there. Um, would be nice, but I'm not so sure. We shall see what happens. Hey, Pathfinding Simulator. Hey, thank you so much for the Sargosian abyss. I appreciate the gift. I wonder if there is a way to get like an alert on the stream for whenever you get a Steam gift. But yeah, I shall accept that and I shall play it. Um, I am definitely gonna check it out. Maybe I'll check it out on stream even. Like next time that I have a character on Thursday and that it's just like I end the stream at like SOT 1 or something and then I just end the character very quickly, I will definitely play that. Anyway, that's it for bolts. And I already have 2 runes, so I could do elf. I can do elf. Pyromancers are gonna suck, but they don't really deal that much damage, and I do deal good damage. Let's see. Do I have toxic radiance? Because I really want that. I don't see it here. No toxic radiance, unfortunately. I have LRD. LRD does well in elf. The dance emotes. Do I have the original one? I don't have it. I should maybe add it. Yeah, with like better Twitch TV. Alright, I hope that elf goes well for us. I think it really should go well. I don't anticipate elf giving me trouble with this character. Because of the whole LRD thing. These guys don't have that much armor class, so LRD kind of destroys them. And when I find one of them like isolated, I can just go for the poisonous vapors, ignite poison route that I've been using on pretty much everything for the entirety of the game. Um, Shops. Unfortunately, it's a bunch of garbage that I don't particularly care about. I have so much money on this character. I think I acquired money once because the acquirement was absolute trash. But I really have not found any shops that are like actually worth it, which is pretty unfortunate. Okay, I'm gonna walk away from that one so I can do this. Yes, that's right. Mm, okay. LRD on Crystal deals a ton of damage. Railbird says that it can hit monsters through walls, but I'm not so sure because as you can see, that guy, like the hovering doesn't highlight this guy because I cannot see that guy. But when you cast a spell, it actually does hit the guy. That sounds like it's probably an exploit to me, but whatever. If it's in the game, might as well use it. Um, while it is in the game, of course, because it definitely looks very exploity, that kind of thing. Being able to see through walls is quite nice for Elf. There's so many doors. You never know when you're gonna open a door into an Elf band. Um, yeah, this is actually going really well. It probably helps a lot that I have a fair amount of HP. The more the game progresses, the least ridiculous the HP bar that I have looks. It's still a pretty fantastic one for a mommy, I have to say. Very few mummies get to 20 fighting. But this one has indeed gotten that far, and it's really good. Okay, more LRDing, because I can. Because it's kind of the best spell to deal with the current situation. Um, okay, scroll summoning. It's nice to have one of those. I've run into some situations where I felt like I wanted a scroll summoning and I just didn't have access to one. It's a shame that my previous level didn't really have that many shops. I thought that it was gonna have a ton of shops because I found a couple of them at the very beginning, but it only had two. Yeah, it had two very close to the entrance, so I was anticipating more. The map looks pretty cool as an Ashen worshipper. You get to see so many more of the tiles because of the scrying. Pretty cool. Only something that an Ashen worshipper can see. Very flavorful indeed. Mm. Okay, so with this we absolutely confirm that LRD hits enemies through Fog of War, as Railbird has mentioned in the past. That's pretty busted. I still don't like the spell that much because it doesn't. I don't feel like it deals enough damage in some situations. Mm. Against anything that has too much armor class, LRD is completely worthless. But against these helps, it is definitely gonna destroy them. It's so strong. Mm. Ooh, oh, this is self 3. Huh? Did I get shafted? Hold on. I didn't get shafted, but I immediately went downstairs. I skipped Elf 2. I was still under the impression that I was in Elf 2, so that's why I was just exploring this vault manually. If it had been Elf 3, I would have recognized it almost immediately. In some situations, the Ascensari's crying backfires because it makes things look much more different than you're used to, and by extension, you don't immediately recognize them. Okay. Okay, that looks nasty. It's a bunch of dudes that can be poisoned. Would like to not be in the receiving end of that. Okay, gonna poison the Deep Elf Archer. Oh, the Earth Elemental can be LRD'd. Yeah, you need to LRD the Earth Elemental. If you don't LRD the Earth Elemental, it doesn't take damage because it has a million armor class. But if you LRD the dude directly, it probably one-shots the dude. Ooh, nice. I shall take these things. I'm actually gonna buy everything, you know. Oh, maybe not the Book of Fire. What does it have? What does it have? Hmm. I'm not so sure I want it. I mean, too high level spells. Ignition is nice, but it would have been nicer earlier in the game. All right, I'll buy everything just because clearance sale. I wish there was a button to select everything. I'm pretty sure there is, but I just forgot about it. Alright, I bought everything, including the things that were useless to my character. Um, that shop is so cheap that it's not that bad to buy everything anyway. Mm. I'm a big fan of those thematic shop bolts. I've always liked them. I especially enjoy that now there seems to be many more. Oh, I should probably read magic mapping here. Um, anyway, the level looks like it only has 2 entrances. I'm okay with that. I think the ideal amount of entrances in an elf bolt is 1. But 2 is also fine. It's not one of the ones that just generates the bolt in the middle of the level with like 4 entrances. Those ones absolutely suck. I despise them. It turns out that fighting too many low-level elves with no resistances at the same time can end in tragedy. It certainly is looking like that right now to me. Okay. Getting to the stairs. Mm, I think I can hit the Zephyrmancer from behind the Pyromancer. Oh, it just blinked next to me. Alright, alright. Oh, it just blinked next to me again. That's fine. I can just ignite poison, kill you both. Sweet. Mm, would be much easier with Toxic Radiance, of course. I'm looking forward to finding Toxic Radiance or one of the couple of spells that I want to find with this character in the Bolt. That's why I'm doing Elf, because I want to find those spells. Alright, it looks like we're done, so let's just go in. Remove the exclusions. 2 annihilators. One of them already saw me, so it's just wiser to move away. Fight it in a secluded environment instead of fighting 2 of them at the same time. Especially with the things that they have, they can easily explode me, and I would like to not be exploded. Let me tell you. Mm -mm. mm. Nick, 2007 YouTube. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hello. Yeah, I hope that you enjoy crawl because I play a lot of crawl here. Um, it's my thing. Play a lot of crawl. Right now we're trying the new necromancy changes. I'm playing a mommy of Ashensari, which is pretty much the only way to play a mommy and not want to quit. Yeah. Otherwise, mommy can be pretty rough. With this character, with this character, it's been going really, really well. This time, I feel like Shensari made me into a really, really strong character, and for that I'm very grateful. But I also want to try a Kiku Necromancer. I've intended to play a Kiku Necromancer since the rework to Necromancy, and unfortunately have not had the chance to do that. Every time I just get a different god. With my first one, I went Faded Altar and got Jiba? Or no, I got the Jiba Temple as a Deep Dwarf, and I was like, I cannot just not do the Jiba Temple as, or go for Jiba if I get the Jiba Temple as a Deep Dwarf. It was also the first time ever that I had gotten the Jiba Temple in all my time playing Crawl, so it was pretty cool. And it was with a Deep Dwarf, it was great. And then I played the Ogre, and the Ogre was a worshipper of Gozak because I wanted to go Kiku, but the altar to Kiku didn't generate in my game altogether. It was pretty weird how there was no altar of Kiku. And then I went for this one, and yeah, this character would never be able to support Kiku, so I just went Ashensari because Ashensari is the best god in the game. Definitely one of the best gods for mummies. Big fan of Fashion Sari for a mommy. In terms of defensive capabilities, you get the resistance to confusion, you get the clarity, which is nice. But most importantly, it lets you become a very strong character despite the aptitudes that mommy has. As you can see, it is cheap for me to train things, which normally is not the case when you have -2 in every aptitude. I know that I've played mummies with no Ashensari before, and they don't have these kind of aptitudes or this kind of skill levels that I have right now. Wow, okay. The Ring of Pride, huh? It's almost good. It's not really usable. Am I? I'm using Wizardry and Fire Resistance. Yeah, I should consider myself grateful that I've gotten some pretty okay loot, and of course that Ashensari makes me strong enough to be able to, function without the resistances that I don't have. Um, yeah, please don't do that again. 52 damage Crystal Spear was a very low damage roll, fortunately for me. Okay, let me just use this crystal to snipe you real quick. Mhm. I see a lot of very nasty high-level elves just waiting around the corner for me. Not very thrilled to fight them because they can explode me really fast. My defenses are not what they will be after I upgrade. Um, Yeah, so my defenses right now are in a pretty rough spot. They're really not meant to sustain what my character wants to do, which is kind of press staff with its melee weapon, because it has Pain Brand, and Pain Brand is just fantastic. Deals a crazy amount of damage. Run out of mana. If that's the setup for me to fight those guys on, it's a pretty good setup because they're right outside a crystal wall, so I can just snipe them all with LRD. I hope that it is the case. Okay, didn't die from that. It's outside of the range. What are you wearing? Leather armor. Okay, we can deal with that just by using LRD. Where did you come from? Okay, please stay away from me, Mr. Annihilator. This has to be one of the best elf endings that I could have possibly gotten. I was not too thrilled to see the two entrances, but yeah, now that I've been playing around here, I think that this is perfect for my character. Really, really perfect for my character. Mm. Being able to take advantage of the crystal is such a wonderful thing. In current times of Crawl, it's very difficult for a player character to take advantage of the crystal. Back in the day, you could cast Bolt of Fire, Bolt of Cold on them and on the crystal, and it bounced just like monsters can. But of course, those spells were removed. You can no longer aim your bolts of fire. You shoot them in the form of Starburst, which turns out to be extremely annoying when dealing with Crystal. So Crystal turned out from being a good thing to have on your character into something awful. For your fire elementalist specifically. But for an earth elementalist, it's always been pretty good to have crystal. Bigger explosion deals more damage. It already cannot be dodged. Quite nice, quite nice. Yeah, to shotting master archers. Um, I think this is the best way to do this bolt. Um, yeah, this setup that I have right here is fantastic. Very easy to kill all these elves. None of them are heavily armored. Fantastic. My only issue is the mana, of course. I do not have mana regen. I'm not using an amulet of mana regen, and by extension, I am running out of mana pretty fast. Okay, I am going to train more shields. I'm gonna train shields to 15. Same goes for armor. I'm also gonna train armor to 15. Hierarchy of enemy difficulties you have for most of your characters. Oh, it varies. It always varies depending on your character. You need to know what enemies do, and knowing what enemies do will in turn let you know what enemies are dangerous for the current character. There's some enemies that I will always respect, no matter the character, like Master Archers, Blade Masters, Demonologists, Wizards if I don't have Willpower, Juggernauts, of course, Caustic Strikes, Shard Strikes, the Crystal Spear books, the Smite books, obviously pretty much everything in SOT. Um, but yeah, other enemies are only situationally dangerous. For example, a Nogger for a melee character is something that you should absolutely not fight, but for a Venom Mage is just a piñata of experience, ripe for the taking. You really shouldn't have any issues killing a Nogger as a Venom Mage, as long as you take the fight with full screen range. Yep, that's how it is. I don't care about that ring, and I guess I'll pick up the gold. Surely at some point I'm gonna stumble upon a shop that actually is worth my money. Um, Surely at some point that will happen. I'm pretty sure in the middle of that there's like a million high level elves. Oh, no, Zephyrmancer. Zephyrmancer is easy to deal with. Alright. Okay, I think the time has come for me to go in there, much to my dismay. I have to say that despite my lack of resistances to fire and electricity, this is going well. But it's only because I have some pretty okay and reliable damage output with all of my spells, and also I have good HP. I have almost 180 HP. If I had tried to do this before doing a Lair Branch, it would have ended in absolute disaster. I'm extremely surprised that Spider went as well as it did. I feel like it's often the case that it just isn't like that for Spider. Um, okay, running low on mana. Oh, you didn't die from that? Okay, I'm just gonna play it safe and go for LRD here. LRD is guaranteed to kill pretty much. It was almost dead. It is a Demonologist, so it uses ropes. And it's just faster than going for Ignite Poison and Poisonous Vapors. Not in that order, of course. I picked up a ring that I do not want. It's a pretty okay ring, but I very clearly do not need the resistance. My ring mail has 2 pips of willpower. I forgot about that. That's the source of my fantastic willpower this time. Um, as a mummy, I have 5 willpower per level up. So right now I have 180 willpower. Um, because 100 just from being a mummy and 80 willpower from the gear that I have on. 5 willpower per level up is actually quite high. Dispersal. Dispersal. I shall learn that just because it is. I'll put it on capital D for dispersal. Normally capital D is for dragon form or for orb of destruction, but I don't have those things, nor I will get them in this playthrough. That's not good. That's not good. Hey, 5 scrolls of enchant weapon. Right now I don't think I care about enchant weapon anymore. I want more enchant armor. I got Firestorm. If I had gotten Firestorm earlier, I would have gone for it. So yeah, the thing that I really want is more scrolls of enchant armor. I only have 5. I could use 3 more to fully enchant the fire skills. Okay. That was a pretty quick and painless Elf 3, I have to say. I wonder how much of that was Ashensari letting me see what was coming for me and letting me play accordingly. Because normally I just go Onga Bonga Leroy Jenkins in the bolt, and it almost always goes well because I do it in a careful way. I do Leroy Jenkins, but I also do it carefully. It's like doesn't make a lot of sense, but you know what I'm talking about. But this time I played it much more carefully than I normally would, and it ended up going pretty well, yeah. Alright, I think I have to go do depths. Depths is gonna be good for maybe giving me an upgrade to my weapon. I already have the +6 Demon Trident of freezing, but I want a Pain branded Demon Trident. If I can get my hands on one of those, that would be quite nice. I could enchant it to full if I find it as a +4 Demon Trident. I cannot get the brand of using Scrolls of Brand weapons, so yeah, I need to find one. And the only way to find one is to go do Depths. Which I may not be ready for. I think there's maybe a good enough, like a good reason, a good point in just breaking my body armor right now and enchanting and wearing the fire skills right now. I'm actually gonna do it because I think fights could get pretty nasty if I don't do this right now. Shatter the chains. Mm, shatter the ringmail. Yes. Self curse is nice. Lose 5 HP. Mm, I actually lose quite a bit of my skills. It's very noticeable. My spellcasting was 25 and now it's 23.3. It's gonna go up after I enchant or after I curse the fire skills, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, it's already +5. 24, 11, 12. It's better than it was before. I don't remember. Oh, I had 18, so it was a net increase of 6 armor class. My success rates. Ooh, Malin Gateway took a dive. That's pretty bad because I kind of need that. That's indeed quite bad. It was a combination of losing the. Oh, it was losing the enhancer of summonings actually, plus losing the 6 pips of piety made it actually go super down. Okay, that's not good. We need to fix that right now. 16 and 16. Utmost priority to do that. I can't function without it for a while, but I definitely want access to it. Yeah, for example, right now, I feel like for these ugly things, being able to cast Tentacle Monstrosity, or not Tentacle Monstrosity, Eldritch Tentacle would be quite nice, and I just go for it, and it does end up working out. I felt like if I was to be anchored in place by a miscast, I wouldn't have been in a terrible position. I need some water, give me a second. Water. Alright, low level Tengu. I still wonder why these guys generate in depths. They are very weak for depths monsters. Like really, really weak. Very low HP. The damage output is kind of okay, but it really like monsters here have the combination of good damage output and good survivability. Those guys don't have that. Wizards are still dangerous because banishment. Talking about that, let's see. Sphinx. Yeah, need to think of a good monster to check for hexes. 15% chance to paralyze is bad. Lich. 19% chance to slow. Jeez, I'm gonna need a source of willpower. It's like guaranteed right now. Dread Lich. 27% chance to paralyze. If we see one of those, I need a source of willpower before being able to fight one of those Dread Liches specifically. Ancient Liches have confused. No, they have petrify, so they are also extremely dangerous for my mommy. Remember that I am a mommy, and by extension, I cannot drink potions. So no cancellation to get rid of the petrification. That's pretty bad indeed. That's gotta be the Spriggan Berserker, that thing that is moving right now. Oh, it's not. It's a Fire Dragon. Okay. I'm glad that I put on my Fire Dragon scales. You know, this is not that much of a Necromancer anymore. But you want to know why that is? Because I never found Death Channel. Didn't find Death Channel. Didn't find Zombie Hands. Didn't find Haunt. Didn't find those like really good necromancy spells. I found Anguish, but nah. Anguish is only good if you have a bunch of necromantic dudes to take advantage of it. Look at that. Like, I really not have a lot of necromancy spells in here. The only one that I have is Anguish, actually. Not even Sublimation of Blood. Or maybe I do have Sublimation of Blood and I cannot use it because Sublimation of Blood. There it is, a Lich. So you have Slow. Okay, that's dangerous, but it's not deadly. I feel like I can beat you. It's safer if I fight you with Wormy to support me. Come on, is this seriously not enough space, I guess? Okay, so the dude shot an Orb of Destruction. Funny thing that I can do is that. Close the door, and he just hits the door instead of hitting me. Okay, this arena doesn't work for... Oh, I can actually cast it here? Alright, not gonna complain about it. Yeah, it just destroyed the Lich. The Lich just got absolutely dumpstered. Um, Vision and a Curse of Companions and Beguiling. Unfortunately, that's a really good curse. That's a curse that I would be very happy to take on my fire skills. Maybe I should. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna fully enchant them anyway. And I need the curse, I think, to be able to cast Malign Gateway more reliably. It's a very strong thing to have access to. So I kind of want to continue having access to such a thing. Okay, so I'm currently engulfed, but because I am a mummy, I don't have anything to worry about regarding engulfing water elementals. Like normally you would be prevented from casting spells like that, but mummies don't have that issue. Kind of weird, funny thing about mummies. Armor shields. Hey, look at that. My armor class went up to 25. Maybe I should continue training armor class until I see it go up to 26. What do I have with this character? Geez, I have +0 boots, +0 globes, and a +0 cloak. Those are things that could be easily upgraded. It's just that for some reason the game hasn't given me upgrades. Either that or something in my settings has been making me not pick up globes, boots, and cloaks. No, it's actually the case. No goose, or rather, nothing better than what I am using right now has generated. How unlucky is that? Yeah, that's insane. It's Depths 1. I already did Elf and everything, and okay, whatever. You know what? The character is already strong enough as it is. It's not even that powerful, and it's very strong just because Ashansari. I did get a manual of fighting. The manual of fighting has been what carries this character. When I win this character, at this point I think it's unlikely that I'll die, but it could still happen. If I win this character, it's gonna be because of the manual of fighting that we found earlier on. Intelligence, because we're casting spells. So I've put every level up towards intelligence, and I only have 22 intelligence. Am I wearing minus intelligence gear or something? No, it's just that mommy stats are just that bad. It's pretty funny how bad mummies are. Okay, that tentacle got a bit crazy for a moment. I have a lot of mana, however. Having a lot of mana is pretty nice. You managed to kill off another 27th level human fire elementalist with 3 runes today in SOT 5. How? When was the last time that I died in SOT? I think the last time that I died in SOT was during the tournament. Okay, I wonder if I can make it to the stars here. Okay, fortunately I was able to make it to the stars. That was kinda sketchy. How did you die, Railbird? Also, hello. I don't think you have talked today in here, so hello. Animate armor and iron shot. Iron shot. Iron shot. 6% chance to miscast. Maybe I should go for that. Not that expensive to get, and reasonably good. And I got Dispersal. Let's read this because I never use it. Teleports away any creatures within a short distance of the caster. Any creature that resists the effect will still be irresistibly blinked a shorter distance. And any monster it affects at all has a chance of being confused by the warping of space. Okay, so it blinks away orbs of fire, and it has trash range because it has trash spell power. Good to know. Hmm. Okay. I think the iron trolls. Oh no, they are not. For some reason, I thought that the iron trolls were poison resistant. I just associate iron with poison resistant. It doesn't make any sense to me that iron trolls are not poison resistant. I should probably request that they are made poison resistant so that I do not think that they are not poison resistant. Um, it's really, really weird to me that they are poison resistant. You know what happens there? I associate iron with like the Pokemon type, iron, and iron is immune to poison in Pokemon. So it's weird to me that I can poison this guy. Buckler of Protection, not as good as what I currently have, which is a Kite Shield of Cold Resistance. Definitely what I need to compensate for the weakness to cold that my fire skills gives me. I have cold resistance from being a mommy, but I need a bit more than just not being weak to cold. Definitely for SOT. How much armor class do you have? Okay, not that much. Right. Not bad, not bad. You constricted by Tentacle Monstrosity and there was a bunch of guards berserked. You had Death's Door on, but it didn't last long enough. You were right next to a teleport trap? That sounds pretty unfortunate. Right next to a teleport trap. Death's Door by SOT 5. It's not a spell that I often get. Death's Door. Do you get other necromancy spells? Apart from Mummy Form? I know that you like to get Mummy Form. Okay, so I have a Stun Arrow for this. Yeah, Stun Arrow is the right spell for dealing with the Soul Eater. Or it would be if I actually managed to deal damage to the Soul Eater with it. I missed twice, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think I beat this guy. Like, I could try tabbing it. Oh, but it can also not do its things. It can only hit for 25. It cannot drain life. Okay, in that case I might be able to tab it. Oh yeah, there we go. I was able to tab the Soul Eater. That's something that I would never be able to do with like a normal character that looks like this. That's pretty nice. Oh, I should have tried the dispersal spell on the Soul Eater, just for funsies. Looking forward to seeing a Hell Knight band. Really, really looking forward to seeing a Hell Knight band. As I mentioned, I should continue training armor until I see my armor class go up to 26. At that point, I am going to turn off armor. That's a way to get maximum value for your armor skill training. Just keep training it until you see the number go up when you have your final gear, which I kind of do already, unfortunately. With the severe lack of loot that this character has been subjected to, I would like to be able to go do a cigarette, or at least part of it, but I don't think I can even like stand a chance against the first couple of levels of a cigarette. That's how weak I feel. I feel strong in some very specific situations, not in the kind of situations that a cigarette throws you at. Skin of Sore is not what I need right now, unfortunately. It's also very expensive. Wow, it's just a bunch of trash. It's just a bunch of trash. I'll buy the fear just because I need it. Wow, I cannot believe it. Like, the shops in this game have been absolutely abysmal. There's been games where I have no money, like I end the game with very little money, or like I even leave items on the wish list. And then there's some games like this one where I have not found a single shop that I've said, oh yeah, that's like a fantastic shop. No, I've only found like consumable shops, and then because I am a mommy, like those shops are not what I really care about. Okay. Nice. Alright, those guys barely dealt any damage. The Spark Wasps could be really, really scary actually. You know what? Actually, all of this Bolt is really, really scary. I shouldn't do it. Look at that, an altar of Okawaru, in case you feel like switching. Okay, I think I might be able to deal with this Golden Dragon. You know what's something that's gonna be nice and refreshing about Sot? This time I have nothing to fear when it comes to getting Giga drained or Giga damaged by Shadow Dragons. Ooh, General Store, please have something good. Please have something good. I don't think it's too much to ask for to finally find a shop with items that I actually care about. Um, oh, come on. This has to be a joke. The Book of Blasting is okay, but like I already have all the spells in the Book of Blasting. Come on. Like it's steps 3. I'm not gonna find any shops that are worth anything with this character. Zero shops. My only chance of finding a good shop is going to Bolts 5 and then getting shops in Bolts 5, which can be okay, but normally you would expect to get free loot out of Bolts 5 instead of paid loot. With the amount of money that I have, like I would be completely okay with getting to pay for loot as long as I have loot. I just want like rendered globes or a cloak or boots. Like those three items are just straight up +0 on enchanters. Cannot even enchant them because I only found 5 scrolls of enchant armor in the entirety of the playthrough, and they all went towards my fire dragon scales because those are not getting upgraded. Mm. Hello, Overlord. Thank you for stopping by and good to see you around. Um, We're doing fine in the power level department, I suppose. It's been a combination of me pressing Tab with this Pain Trident and casting Stone Arrow and casting Malign Gateway. Malign Gateway is pretty good. I'm glad that I decided to go for it because the game hasn't really given me a lot apart from Malign Gateway. I always say that you should pull the trigger on the first win condition that you find, and that was the first win condition that I found. Um, so here we are. Mm. Still want to find a Hell Knight band. I don't think I've seen one. Oh, what is that? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Ooh, that looks so interesting. I would destroy my current hat for that. I think it's like a hat of See Invisible or something. Yes, it is a hat of See Invisible. I am okay with not having See Invisible because I have Ashensari. I'm pretty sure Ashensari just marks the invisible dude pretty much permanently. So you know exactly what it is just because you're a worshipper of Ashensari. It's not that much of an upgrade, but it is still an upgrade. I feel like if I put that on, I would go all the way up to 31 or 32 armor class, maybe, if I get lucky. I think it's more like 31. This putting this on, no, it's a bit of an exaggeration. If I get to 30, I would be lucky. I failed to take into account the armor class provided by the +2 hat. In that case, yeah, 30 would be lucky. Um, So yeah, I want to open that, but this bolt is death. The way to do that bolt is to clear the level and then go do the bolt. Mm, okay, yeah, that looks bad. That looks so bad. That looks like something that I most definitely don't want to do. I'm glad that Ashensari lets me see, because like I don't want to do that. I should probably just walk in the opposite direction. Um, this sneaky bolt has 3 entrances, and I managed to get in through the only one that I had not excluded. So let's press this button, go over here. Oh wait, I was about to say that I don't care about the Hell Knight, but no, flaming was so close. I want a Pain Demon Trident. Is that too much to ask for? It probably is. Sneaky Bolt, lol, with 3 entrances, really trying to make me go in. I don't want to go in. I don't want to die. I think it has another entrance. No, it doesn't have another entrance. Or does it? No, 4 entrances, 4 entrances. Yeah, there we go. If I exclude that, then I can no longer go in. And so I am safe. Does the bolt has downstairs? So it's important for me to not go through downstairs in the next level that I have not seen. It's really, really, really important, especially during the orb run. Now I have to make a decision. If I open this, I obviously need to re-teleport, right? If I re-teleport, there's a non-zero chance that I land in that, and I get pretty much instantly killed. Stun Arrow is not my main DPS. My main DPS is actually Poisonous Vapors, Ignite Poison, which is pretty good. It's full screen, doesn't check evasion. Yeah, it's okay, but like I would definitely like something better. Opening Bolt, you mean? You don't like it? I can see why you wouldn't like it. I also don't like it, but this is so juicy. It's so attractive when we take into account that I don't have anything and I need willpower. I need a source of willpower. The armor class is also nice. The fire resistance is also nice. The weakness to cold, not so nice. Um, but but yeah, I need that. I feel like I legit need that piece of equipment. I guess I can still go to the final level of the dungeon and hope to find something good from it. Or hope to find something good in it. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I have Eldritch Tentacle. Okay, so it's between my Pain Trident and mm, ooh, Spectral Caustic. Oh, hold on. I don't have this spell on that. I was gonna tap it. I remember that I had this spell on that. Between Stone Arrow, Poisonous Vapors, Ignite Poison, Malign Gateway, I have Iron Shot. I could learn Iron Shot. The thing is that I never found Zombie Hands. I never found Zombie Hands. I never found Toxic Radiance either. I never found Death Channel. I never found Haunt. I just didn't find many spells that would be pretty good with what I'm trying to do. This character kinda was forced to not be a Necromancer, funnily enough. I went into this character with the expectation that I was gonna be a Necromancer, but yeah, the game said no. Sometimes the game does that. Sometimes you just don't get to be a Necromancer. And that's fine. Last time that I played a mummy, I wanted to be a mage, and the game said, no, you're gonna get like a plus 12 double sword or something. I got some pretty crazy gear in that last mummy that I played, I think. Let's see. Last game, Ninth Settler, mummy 1, Loch. So I can see if it's actually the one. Mummy Cinder Acolyte. I think it is the one. Oh yeah, this is the one. This is absolutely the one. Take a look at this character. 40 armor class, 18 evasion. It had some pretty crazy stats. +7 Ice Dragon scales with 6 slaying. I earned this because I got it from a nice cave with a nice fiend. I remember. Yeah, that character was pretty funny. That character had all the loot that this character doesn't have. I think like literally everything was an ego item or like fully enchanted or branded or an artifact. Yeah, I wish I had a character like that. Um, the second ring wow. Let's take a look at the second ring wow because I don't think I took a look. Oh, cold resistance, willpower, 9 mana, 6 slaying. Yeah, and melee curse. Melee curse as well. Um, yeah, that was pretty crazy. Mm, Ash hooked me up. I need Ash to hook me up this time as well. What can I say? Ash hasn't hooked me up. Or, no, that's not true. Ash has really been carrying this character. This character has been entirely carried by the fact that I decided to start Mommy of Ash and Sari. Really, the only way to play Mommy and not be absolutely miserable while you're doing it is Ash and Sari. I don't know what that says about the power level of Ash and Sari, but I know what that says about the power level of Mommy. But that's intentional because mummies are never meant. I have never been meant to be anything that's not a challenge species. Um, I should say kinda dilutes the challenge. Oh, hold on, Vampire Knight. Paralysis 7%. Okay, 7% is nice. I have 105 willpower. Mm, Ooh, Dreadlich. That's very scary. Could definitely summon some greater demons against me. Unfortunately for you, I have Dispel on Death. I should also just like exclude all of that. I don't want to go near that Lich because things can get pretty nasty if I do that. Um, mm, ooh, that's not the greatest thing ever. Yeah, I don't want to fight the Lich like with any kind of support because the Lich can slow me. I don't have that much willpower. Fortunately, I managed to shot the Lich with Dispel on Death. If there's a small blessing from this character, is that like there is a small blessing that this character has, and that is the fact that I had Dispel on Death from the very beginning. I think I found it on like D5. Let's take a look. This also lets me know if the bot is still active. Unfortunately, it is. Okay, when did I find this spell in this game? It's a milestone, so I can get to see it very quickly. Yeah, I learned it on D5. Learned the level 4 spell, this spell on death. That's how early I got it. I got it before I got to see any dangerous undead monster, any undead monster, period. So really, really fantastic. Oh yeah, I was wondering why it was letting me out explore here. Um, how am I going to kill this Shadow Dragon? This Shadow Dragon actually, yeah, how am I killing this thing? It's immune to negative energy, right? Yeah, that means no agony. Um, oh, Malin Gateway. Malin Gateway is how I'm killing this Shadow Dragon. Push it right into the tentacle. There we go. Perfect. That's how I'm killing the Shadow Dragons. Um, so yeah, I still have to get a third rune. Do not forget about that. I still need to get a third rune. Okay, very smart of you to shoot clouds of poison at a mummy, especially a mummy with ignite poison that never got anything to make use of that ignite poison. That's painful. Please don't do that. It with the lack of resistance to electricity that this character has, it might not be a terrible idea to not do SOT. It might not be a bad idea to dive SOT. Stop that. Wow, I'm getting multi-sapped. I didn't even notice, but I'm getting multi-sapped. That's not good. Oh, you're almost dead. I kind of want to go for Mystic Blast here. I think that Mystic Blast almost guarantees the kill. Almost dead, almost dead. Okay, there we go. That was bad. On better rolls, that would have absolutely killed me. Fortunately, no better rolls were had that day by that poor Black Draconian. I'm gonna exploit that for sure. Mm, okay, once again, the Green Draconian uses its breath weapon that I can then ignite on fire to make it take a bit of extra damage. Nice. Speeds up the process of killing that guy. Didn't find the Enchantress. I kind of was looking forward to finding the Enchantress with this character because the Fairy skills could have maybe been useful to me. But nah, there were no Fairy skills this time around. There were not a lot of things this time around. Just goes to show how consistent spellcasting is, where like my character doesn't have anything special going for it, like actually nothing special going for it. Only spells on Ashensari, and spells on Ashensari has been what's been carrying me. Specifically Eldritch Tentacle. Yeah, I'm glad that I decided to go for it. Okay, double dispel on that. Ooh, I can't believe it! Oh, found a gateway to Avasar, let's go! Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, this is fantastic. Okay, oh, a Scroll of Enchant Armor. I could have used that earlier before cursing my fire skills. You see Acrobat's tier list? I saw the tier list. It's not. It has some differences compared to mine, but you have to be aware that the tier list that Acrobat made was for streaking. So like you wanna play it very safe. My tier list is more for first wins and stuff. Um, my tier list is more like the gods that I want, that I like, and the gods that I feel like if I pick, I'm gonna have a good time and a good game with those gods. Um, and that's why Sin is rock bottom and Ashensari is at the very top. Ignis is theoretically at the very top, but Ignis is also a consumable more than a god. So I don't think it's fair to put Ignis in the same tier list. Ignis is a special case, but it starts as the best god in the game, definitely. As pretty much as Acrobat says, Acrobat also doesn't rank Ignis because getting to Ignis is pretty much impossible, reliably, that is, unless you start as Cinder Acolyte, you're probably not getting Ignis. Mm, Anyway, we got a bazaar, so how many things do I have to drop? Turns out when you're not carrying potions, you have a lot of free inventory space. So yeah, let's just go in. Oh boy, I'm so excited. Please let this be good. I'll buy the teleport. Yeah, I don't think I care about anything else. The brand weapon is so incredibly expensive. I hadn't noticed. I don't need the enchant weapons. I'll buy the panic buttons. Ooh, unrestrained Alex is good. That gives me refrigeration, which I could use for salt. Um, yeah, I'll buy an Alex. In fact, I'm just gonna do it right now. There's no way that I'm gonna run out of money. Potentially good, but I don't think I care. Okay. You know what? It's not the best bazaar ever. Not the best bazaar ever. Good enough. Good enough is how I would put it. Because it did give me one very strong thing, which is Toxic Radiance. Toxic Radiance is a very strong thing. It also gave me refrigeration. So finally I got Toxic Radiance. It only took me until Depths 4 to find refrigeration, or to find Toxic Radiance. Um, It came alongside refrigeration. If I really wanted to, I could enchant it, or I could start training for it. Oh, I already got to 26 armor, which was my goal. So let's turn everything off and turn on ice magic. Yep. I'm gonna need like 16. I needed 16 to be able to cast Eldritch Tentacle. So I'm assuming that I'm also gonna need 16 to be able to cast refrigeration. Mm. But yeah, many of the placements in that tier list, I would say that I agree with. My tier list is similar. It's not the same, but it is very similar. Even though it serves a different purpose. Well, I am glad that I got to spend some money after all. Not that much money, but still. The one spell or the one thing that I got was a very strong thing that I'm very happy about getting. Okay, shouts to Dispel on Death. Stun Arrow. I could use Iron Shot. I can also learn that. Or I can just tab it. Yeah, tab also works. Okay. Iron Shot. 4% chance to miscast. Sure. Why not? It's not like I'm gonna use all those spell slots. Oh, 2 Spectral Caustic Strikes. Yeah, I had already killed one of those. It's fine. This drain, right? Yeah, that would be bad if I was not a mummy. Fortunately, they don't have this spell on death. Imagine if they had this spell on death, if they couldn't drain. That would be the stuff of nightmares. I would explode. Um, okay, so this guy has fire resistance. I cannot really go for Ignite Poison here. It has a shield as well, so I don't want a melee. I'm gonna go for good old Bamp Drain, because why not? Yeah, shouts to Bamp Drain. Bamp Drain in Depths 4. Let's go. Okay, that's it for Depths. Somehow I did end up getting a Bazaar. I'm very grateful for that Bazaar. It was good enough. It was the bare minimum of good. I literally only bought one item, but that has been the single most impactful purchase that I've done in the entirety of the game, I think. Yes, because the Malin Gateway didn't come from a shop. I found it in a vault with a Fence Rider Witch in Shoals. Um, yeah, yeah, good stuff. Now, ooh, it's so far away. I could do Crypt. There is Crypt as an option. I could also do that ridiculous vault that I probably shouldn't do. Or that other ridiculous bolt that I shouldn't do, the ghost one. More important than that, I should exclude the stairs. Hold on. I know how to do this. Go depths 3. Now I am going to go. Yeah, those ones are to be excluded. Now the game will warn me if I want to go through those stairs. Yeah, that one I don't want to do. I have no business with that bolt. That's insane. I cannot do that. But this I maybe can do, and it does provide me with an upgrade that I want. The resistance to, yeah, the willpower. I lose my cold resistance, but I'm okay with that. I want the willpower. By the way, I have been using a Ring of Wizardry for the entirety of the game, and I don't think I can take it off. I straight up don't think I can take it off. Alright, let's do this. Maybe should have waited one turn before doing that, but it's fine. I have Toxic Radiance. I'm gonna cast that. Good teleport. Pretty good teleport. Let's go over there once again. And now that the bolt is open, I can just sit here right outside of the range of any assault traps and just shout. Oh, by the way, I don't think I checked the ghost. The ghost is fortunately not a spellcaster, so I can easily kill it with Dispel on Death. Yes. Oh no. Oh no. That's so bad. You have no idea how bad that is. That's something that I completely failed to take into account, funnily enough. Let's read Fogu. That was so messed up. I think we're fine now, but that was pretty scary. Yeah, that was so messed up. Pretty funny too. Okay, I need you to get over here, Mr. Earth Mage. I think what happened was that the Bogart summoned one of those guys. Hmm. Nate, I see that you posted something in the roguelikes Discord. If you're here, you need to copy something in my RC file. Um, just in case that you're here, I can hook you up with my RC file if you want to. Um, okay, we're dispelling undead on this guy, definitely. Oh, you're not dead. You're not even close to dying. Hold on. Been taking a lot of damage from those bolts of cold. The ghost, or not the ghost, the Eldritch Tentacle is kind of like completely ignoring the fact that I'm getting killed here. Yeah, this is a complicated situation. That's okay. It's not my preferred position to be in, but it's fine. Hmm. This is pretty rough. Pretty rough indeed. Do I read another teleport? It might be the correct thing to do to read another teleport. I'm gonna read another teleport. Upright. No, I think we read another teleport. It's just better to play it safe here. The only way that reading another teleport doesn't end well for me is if I land in that awful bolt. Unfortunately, I could kill the ghost, but yeah, the ghost will the support, not quite. So, goodbye, Mr. Ghost. Just to narrow you a bit. Oh, you reach me. In that case, I'm gonna dispel on that. Um, if I run, maybe I can kill the ghost. I kind of want to because the ghost is like almost dead. Um, yeah, bring it on. Um, nice to be able to deal with that ghost that is not a spellcaster. Okay, just a bit of BAM drain here. BAM drain is actually healing me for some decent amount of HP now. It's still expensive to do in order to, kill a monster just by doing that. Okay, 3 mana. Yep, unfortunately the Spriggan Mage was scary because I had no mana. With mana those guys die really easy. It's just a matter of... Oh, that's so bad! That's kind of... It's not the worst thing that could have happened. It could have paralyzed me, and that would have been the worst thing that could happen. But that's pretty bad regardless. Now I cannot kill this Lich. Yeah, I was like, okay, have full mana. I can just dispel on death like 3 or 4 times and then we're good. But no, no, most definitely not. Oh, the pain. Okay, I can run away from the Lich now. It's not gonna get attacks of opportunity until it hastes, which it already did. Okay, fortunately the Lich let me leave. Oh wow, 2 Liches. All my teleports too. Mage, huh? Ruth. Okay, I need you to come downstairs with me. Yeah, there we go. As easy as that. Oh, the Lich is still here. Okay. Do Rakshasa summons not time out or something? I'm pretty sure that's not real. I'm pretty sure that's the Rakshasa summon. It's not a real witch. Maybe it doesn't go away if you kill the real one in a different level. Huh. Alright, doesn't matter. I still can kill it really fast with Dispel Undeath. I'm gonna use one Scroll of Fogo here for safety. If I had Potions of Attraction, this would be a good time to use one. But I am a mummy. Oh, let's go. It just got one shot by my Gargantuan. 3 dice of 31. Dispel on Death. How much armor class do you have? You have enough that this is probably not gonna go well. Alright, there we go. Ooh, again. Okay. You know, half willpower is not as bad when you already got rid of the guys that could punish you for having half willpower. So we're doing just fine now. Can I please step here without immediately getting affected by a Sod Trap? Okay, Necromancers have Dispel on Death. Yeah, that could have been very, very scary. Fortunately, it wasn't very, very scary. What's causing the sod effects? Monsters stepping on the traps. Yes, monsters that step on sod traps have a 1 in 3 chance to just affect you with a sod trap effect, which is all these bad things that you have seen happen. And funnily enough, we didn't even really hit the truly messed up stuff. We didn't get paralyzed. I don't think we got shadow creatures. We didn't get a fiend. We could have just exploded by a single effect of the sod traps, but fortunately, no such thing happened today. Anyway, I got my helmet, so I guess I destroyed the other helmet. Shatter the chains. Goodbye, Hat of the Invisibles. Elements and Beguiling is unfortunately a pretty good curse. I'm gonna miss it. Hello, +4 hat. Take a look at that. 29 armor class. Beautiful, beautiful. 29 armor class. Also a fair amount of willpower at the cost of my cold resistance. I could now remove my ring of fire resistance, replace it with a ring of cold resistance to have a net gain of armor class. Let's see if we found a ring of cold resistance to pick up. There is one in this level, actually. Depth 3. Oh, you don't know how to get there. How come? Oh, I know. Yeah, let's not go over there then. There's gotta be another one. There's one in Shoals 3. Depths 2. Oh, there was a Bolts level that I cleared. No, there was an Elf level that I completely skipped. Since this character is so starved for pretty much everything, I think I should make a full clear of everything that can be fully cleared. Hey, take a look at that. It's Polyphemus, the Cyclops zombie. Yeah, hello. Did you know that these zombies last forever until you recast Animate Death? So you can theoretically stir dance dudes into your massive zombie band to kill them. Very useful for whenever you get a crazy strong zombie, such as Polyphemus, the Cyclops zombie. It can hit for up to 24 and hit for up to 36. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. It also has some pretty okay HP. So yeah, let's go to Elf 2. Okay. Shensari gives piety or curses based on exploration, so we're probably not gonna get a lot of extra curses. You cannot lure monsters here due to attacks of opportunity. The Talon Zombie Polyphemus didn't get to see it. I might do it later. Oh, hold on. I think I might be able to do it right now. Go to Shoals 3. Oh, sorry. Go to Shoals 3. Excuse me. Go to... Oh, I'm pressing S for Shoals, of course. Yeah, okay, Shoals 3. Now, which one of these guys was Polyphemus? Oh, this one. Lucky first try. Okay, let's take a look at that. Polyphemus the Cyclops zombie, a corpse raised to undeath by necromancy. It looks easy. It's immune to poison, negative energy, and torment. Yeah, it looks very fat. Is that the tile for an average Cyclops zombie? I wonder if I can search for it. Let's see. Yeah, as always, you cannot search for derived undeath because it's like a modifier applied to the base monster. I think that's how it works. So you cannot search for it. I have multiple messages in tiles. I think I have more than one. The one that I would theoretically have would be the one that I generated myself. No, there doesn't seem to be any messages in Tiles. Funny thing, you can see messages here. If someone sends you a message in Tiles, it appears here. That's how I sometimes find out that people were sending messages when I cannot read it, or when I cannot read them. Anyway, it's the 2 hour mark, so I'm gonna be taking my eyesight break because I've been noticing that after ending the stream, my eyesight is pretty blurry, and I don't want to lose my eyesight, so it's best to, preserve it. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Please don't go anywhere. I'll just continue playing this character. We're ready to, or we're getting close to being able to finish it, but I'm still searching for some things. Um, Thank you for your patience. All right. Thank you for the patience. Sorry for taking so long. I'm ready to continue. Um, yeah, there we go. We're ready to continue. I hope you also had like a good break and everything. Um, maybe you got yourself some water. Uh, all right. Mm, ready to continue. All right. All right. Good stuff. Let's finish this level. It should go fine. Oh yeah, my fabled enemy, the dancing weapon. Especially a dancing weapon of Holy Wrath. I hadn't even registered it because it's almost never the case with my characters that I'm playing an undead character, and so I have to worry about Holy Wrath. But that was a scimitar of Holy Wrath. Could have had disastrous results. But fortunately, I have 29 armor class. Mm. 29 armor class makes it so that it's much easier for me to survive those things. I have Iron Shot now. I shouldn't forget about it. There's gotta be some monsters, like maybe some dragons are gonna be easy to kill with Iron Shot. Um, okay, Ring of Ice. I don't think I care about the Ring of Ice. I have Toxic Radiance now, which I didn't have when I first came here. So we can certainly use that to kill the elves. Oh boy, these guys are really annoying. The air elementals, especially when you try to kill them with a +2 trident. I guess that's kind of my fault. Um, I'm also thinking about destroying the trident and just replacing it with my fully enchanted demon trident that I'm carrying. I still need to assemble it, you know, like an IKEA furniture, like an IKEA piece of furniture. It's only +6, so I have to apply my 3 scrolls of enchant weapon to it. But I have a lot of them, so it's definitely not an issue to do that. Elf 2 has nothing. Surprise, surprise. I guess I have to go do Bolt 5, maybe. Let's take a look at my refrigeration, 63%. Getting rid of that element's curse hurt the refrigeration for sure. Yeah. I wonder if slime gives exploration piety. Oh. That's definitely like a bad moment when you're wondering if slime gives exploration piety. Maybe what I should have done was leveling stealth to like 10 and then gone to the abyss. I'm only experience level 22, so like the experience gain on this mummy is rather slow. Wouldn't be surprised if it was -1. Apt mummy. Yeah, they have -1 experience, so it is as low as it can get if you're not a demigod. Demigod levels up much slower than that. They have -2 on experience gain. Um, so yeah. I guess we're gonna have to go to Vault 5. Let's go to Vault 4. No hatches? There is a hatch. Okay, there's a hatch. Oof, this is gonna be bad. If it goes bad, it goes bad. But I have 9 teleport and 8 blinking. Okay, I should be okay. I should really be okay. Let's do this. Okay, pretty good landing spot actually. Fantastic landing spot. We easily get rid of this Tengu Reaver. Not a lot of issues. A brand weapon that I don't think I care about. Tentacle Monstrosity might be difficult. You need more open space to create a gateway. Oh, look at that! I was able to create a gateway. Okay, do your thing, Mr. Wormy. It's not really a worm, but it looks like a worm in console, so that's why I call it Wormy. Okay, I don't want brand weapon. Unfortunately, maybe I do. Maybe I do. What if I get electrocution? Flaming? Well, freezing was better than flaming. The reason why freezing is better than flaming is because freezing can be good against draconians. It freezes the draconians and it makes them slow. Flaming doesn't do anything special against draconians. It also doesn't deal any extra damage to orbs of fire, so there is that. Okay. Wow, that has to be the best stabbing that I've ever done with a +2 trident. Who knew that Pain Brand was so powerful? Certainly not me. And I only have 11 Necromancy. Imagine if I actually had like 18 or so. Had I found, a reason to go that high on Necromancy. Um, oh, okay. It sometimes is difficult to find the tentacle monstrosity or the eldritch tentacle to find where it generated. Okay, there we go. It's only a matter of keeping those guys over there with the tentacle. Ooh, that's not the worst thing ever. Yeah, that's not the worst thing ever. That is kind of bad, however. I don't want any more monsters to tag in on the fight while I am stuck fighting. No, stop that. I'm trying to blink. Yeah, like that was pretty crazy. Are you still here? The tentacle is still here, but it's probably about to time out. Regardless, I think this is a pretty bad spot because I'm at 85 HP as a mummy with no means of healing. So yeah, I don't like this. I'm probably gonna use a scroll summoning. Okay, some pretty good summons I got. The last rock hits you but does no damage. Lucky. Run into a some trap. Must be a new bolt or something. I don't think I also. I don't think I've heard of it. Okay, I think I'm just gonna LRD. Oh, I don't have the ability to LRD this guy. Acid? I have acid. Yeah, there we go. Acid FTW. Oh. Okay. I don't think I care about this scrolls of vulnerability. I like that as a mummy, the scrolls of poison are not marked as dangerous. Because I'm immune to poison. The first quadrant had nothing for me. But I should start, to get used to that because the entirety of the game has had nothing for me. The things that I enchanted with the curses that I applied were all assuming that they were gonna be placeholders and that later in the game I was gonna find better stuff and more scrolls to enchant things and stuff. But it has definitely not been the case. This character has been quite a ride in that regard. It's not that strong yet. I guess it's not. That's not true. What I should say is that it just has trash gear because it is strong. There's some situations when I run out of mana, such as this one, that can be pretty bad. The Vault Warden is kind of scary. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. I want to do acid. Please actually hit the monsters, thank you. And then I can just tap this guy down. Yeah, I can just have normal Vault guards down if they're not mighty or accompanied by other monsters. Vault Wardens and above, yeah, I should use magic for those. They also should not have shields in order for me to be able to tap them down. If they have shields, that goes very poorly for me. Um, yeah, fighting them 2 versus 1 obviously dents my HP a fair amount. But it was an important experiment for me to make to see how hard I can push my mana or my melee abilities, I should say. That's the correct thing to say. Um, okay, I think I'm done with this quadrant regarding the loot. Sorry. The +0 cloak. I guess I could enchant that. The reality is that I'm gonna get a better one from Sot. It's almost guaranteed with the ridiculous industrial amount of dudes that there are in there. Mm. Okay, so I found a Ring of Wizardry with 7 strength, which is obviously a fantastic item for me to have. I would love to put that on. The issue is that if I destroy my curse, I'm gonna have 2 things uncursed, and that's just gonna lower my Ashensari enhancement even more. With most characters, that would not be something that I would even consider. But with a mommy, yeah, that would be pretty bad. Just losing a lot of the Ashensari help. Mm, it could render my character into a character that cannot cast Malin Gateway, and that would kill me. Yes, it would kill me. Also, Kubo's refrigeration is at 24%. I think there's a very reasonable chance that by the time I am done here, I'm gonna be able to go do slime with refrigeration. Slime is really easy with refrigeration. The only thing that doesn't get destroyed by that is Azure Jellies, and Azure Jellies get destroyed by explosions from Immolation. So Immolation is the way to go there. Alchemy and Elements is not my preferred curse, but it does have elements, which I kind of want. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna curse the helmet that I just put on earlier. Is it instant? It's not instant, is it? I'm still gonna do it anyway. Curse the helmet. Okay, now that I have Curse the Helmet, I can destroy the Ring of Wizardry to replace it with a much better Ring of Wizardry that I found. You're gonna see that that's gonna have a pretty positive impact in my success rates. Yeah, like that's the effect of a Ashensari Curse Enhancement. I did get Elements, which directly helps Refrigeration, but I was at like 20 something on Refrigeration and it went to 10%. Yeah, pretty big deal. Anyway, let's destroy the Ring of Wizardry. Yes, that's a shame. Lose 3 HP. And now let's put this on. Once I get the chance to be able to curse this, I'm also gonna destroy the other one and I'm gonna replace it with a Ring of Cold Resistance, so that I don't walk into Sot without Cold Resistance. I would prefer to have 2 pips of Cold Resistance and 1 pip of, or like the other way around, 2 pips of Fire, 1 pip of Cold instead of 3 pips of Fire and no pips of Cold. Yeah, we're doing fine with this character. It has no loot. It legit has no loot. This has been the most lootless character that I've had um, in a while. Maybe in this year, but it's starting to turn around. Um, Very much a sharp contrast to. Oh wow, you gotta be joking. That's not real. I'm not dealing with that. Not dealing with that. No, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that. Yeah, yeah. You better deal with that, Mr. Wormy. Imagine if the tentacle hadn't gotten rid of that berserk iron dragon. That was the stuff of nightmares. Okay. Tentacle is almost dead. Okay, Tentacle is neutral now. I have Iron Shot. I got Iron Shot precisely for this kind of situation. There we go. Good stuff. Hilarious. Yeah, like it's a joke when I have had full playthroughs where I use Eldritch Tentacle and it has never berserked a monster for me before. And this one, it already berserked like 4 monsters, 2 of which it berserked in the same fight. It was super messed up. Fortunately, I actually have armor class now. But yeah, before it was incredible. It was actually ridiculous. Um, I feel like in some of these situations, the Benny Hill team was necessary. You know, that kind of thing. Okay, you are being very rude, Mr. Osurgeli. Why are you still alive? I wish I didn't have 7 mana. I really wish I didn't have 7 mana. Fortunately, none of you seem to have launchers or projectiles like that, so I can just find a nice little wall and start pillar dancing. Yeah, who said that pillar dancing was dead in 2022? Shoutouts to pillar dancing. Okay, that did get me a lot of mana back. It was actually a pretty good play to make, um, and I do not regret doing it. I would do it again. That's how I'm gonna put it. I would do it again. I'm probably gonna do it again with this character. Shadow Dragon. I have Tentacle, but I need an open space. It's not gonna work here. Oh wow, it did work there. Okay, well that's a pretty good placement for the Tentacle. It's like the tentacle always gets placed in the worst possible spot unless you manipulate the game into thinking that the worst spot is actually the best spot. It's not really how it works, but it very much feels like it works like that. Right now, it got placed in the opposite direction um, of the Shadow Wraith, but right in the perfect spot to intersect the guides that I was running away from. Mm. Okay, so the Quicksilver Dragon is one of the few late game dragons that are not poison resistant. So you can easily just poison this guy and ignite poison it. You can even do it with poisonous vapors. You don't have to use anything fancy for it. Quite good indeed. Poison magic in general is really strong for Sot. Many Draconians are not poison resistant. Pretty fancy scimitar, though I do not care about it. And yes, I mentioned earlier, my success rates are actually doing quite well thanks to that Ring of Wizardry with 7 intel or with 7 strength. The strength increase was a big deal. Okay, this is definitely not the fastest clear of. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Yeah, please do not hit me. It hit me once and it dealt so much damage. As I was saying, this is not going to be the fastest clear of Bolts 5 just because the character is not that strong. Yeah. It is weird of a character because I feel like it's not weak either. It certainly has a tool for every situation. Except maybe for large agglomerations of monsters. So I have to take the fights in a very controlled way. Yeah, it's not gonna work here. I need a 3x3 room at the very least or something. Who knows exactly what the requirements are to cast that spell? Got the silver rune, so that's 3 runes. Enough to enter Sot if I so desired. But I think after this I'm going to do slime. Yeah, we don't want Guardian Spirit. I feel like Toxic Radiance doesn't poison fast enough sometimes. With Poisonous Vapors, it's much faster to poison dudes. Oh wow, you are... That shapeshifter chose to take a very inconvenient shape. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Okay, fortunately it didn't have any armor class. So I was able to push it very far away and also just hit it really hard with LRD. Quicksilver Ooze would have been scary. Those guys have anti-magic melee, so they drain your mana. Still doing this despite the fact that I have the rune already, because I want some loot. I really feel like I could use a lot of loot with this character. Exploration-based piety as well. Do I have full curses? Because if so, I should destroy something so I can receive a new curse. I need to check that. Okay. What do we train for? I guess shields. Oh, I don't have full curses. Okay. Okay. Yeah, after I curse the Ring of Sash, I am also I'm gonna destroy the other ring and replace it for a Ring of Cold Resistance that I'm already carrying. Hopefully by the time I do that, I find a better Ring of Cold Resistance. Maybe one that just has 1 pip of every resistance. Maybe that's too much to ask for. Okay. Yep, you can always thrust on the Eldritch Tentacle to beat everything in melee. It's quite nice. Yeah, did you see that? That was crazy. Fantastic. I love this spell. This spell is really, really strong. Always worth it, in my opinion. Oh, that's a Yoctor Band. With a Bolt Warden. Fortunately, I acquired my first spell that hits the entirety of the screen, so I can just use that. I could also use Refrigeration. Maybe Iron Shot against this Far Giant. And as always, the Far Giant is a sore loser and chooses to go for a Fireball that kills him. They do that quite frequently, actually. I think it doesn't give you full experience when they do that, but I'm not sure. I think it gives you experience equivalent to the amount of damage that you dealt to the monster. Are you? That's not real. That's a second manual of fighting in this game with the same character. I am going to take it. Don't mind if I do. And yeah, that's the reason why I don't want to just walk around without... Ouch. Oh! Nice. Ha! I got banished by an attack of opportunity. That's a first one for me. Let's take a screenshot of that. Okay, I got banished by an attack of opportunity. We should be able to survive the abyss. I don't know what that is, and I don't want to know. Yeah, let's just walk in the opposite direction. Ashensari should make it easy for me to survive the abyss. Oh, this is Abyss 4. I got banished very deep into the abyss. As the price of 2 manuals of fighting? I guess so. I have regen, so we should be fine. Really don't feel like we die here. Yeah, I got banished with like 120 HP, and now I'm close to full HP. Unfortunately, the Abyss doesn't give Piety, and so Ashensari will not offer me curses for exploring the Abyss. That's the one annoyance of getting banished. Yeah, I might as well look for the rune. I'm already so deep that there's a pretty decent chance that I do find the rune. Okay, Guardian Serpent is obviously poison resistant, but very few things are Mystic Blast resistant. How much damage does my Mystic Blast do? 2 dice of 14. It's not that much. By the way, did you enjoy the soundtrack that was playing in the break? It was the Street Fighter EX2 Plus soundtrack. I very much enjoyed that particular soundtrack. I feel like it's not really a Street Fighter game because it's made by Erica, which is it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Oh, I was going to run away from that lurking horror, but fortunately I am a mommy and so I don't have to do that. Um, that's a lot of monsters. Unfortunately, they don't give experience. I wonder if I should re-teleport. I'm gonna play it safe and re-teleport now that I am at full HP. Just because I'm in no shape to continue fighting. So yeah, as I was saying, Street Fighter EX2 Plus is a great game with a great soundtrack. Not really a Street Fighter game because it's made by Erica, which is a different studio. From it's not really a Capcom owned studio; it's a different company. It's just that there was a collaboration where they were allowed to make a game with some of their original characters and some Capcom characters. Um, that might be the exit. I think it's worth checking. Sometimes when a Shinsari gives you a vision, it's not really an exit, but this time it was. Turned it off for your music. That's okay. I mean, if you're listening to music on your own, it's understandable that you don't want to listen to two different things at the same time. Mm. Yeah, in case you ever wondered why I don't play music while I am streaming, well, that's part of the reason. Also, once there was this viewer that I had who once told me that it was getting repetitive, and at that point I decided that I didn't really want music in my streams anymore. Mm. Alright, we ended up killing everything because we have the ability to do so. And yeah, we survived the abyss. We didn't really get the rune, but I'm gonna take the exit. If the game gives me the exit, I'm not gonna try to get fancy and try to find the rune. It was never in my plans to go do the abyss, just because I don't have any stealth, and the abyss is extra dangerous for a character such as my mommy, where I do not have, you know, the ability to heal fast with like potions of ambrosia or potions of heal wounds. So yeah, any situation that gets sketchy in the abyss gets even more sketchy as a mommy. Unless you have like Jiva or Nemelex's Doom card or Elixir card or something that actually lets you heal. In general, gods that give you strong defensive options are good for mommy. Not as good as it would be for Formicid, but still good for mommy. At least mommy gets the ability to mm, teleport and blink and that kind of thing that Formicid doesn't get. So we're gonna shatter the chains again, get rid of the other ring. Goodbye. That probably hits my polearms a bit. A bit? Wow, that was actually my last enhancer for polearms. It went from 14 to 10. That's so massive. Sure. I might have to train that, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna train fighting because I have a manual. Um, And now I'm gonna put on my Ring of Cold Resistance. And I am going to curse that as soon as I can. I'm done with Bolts 5. Alright, I'm done with Bolts 5. Let us go do Slime, as I mentioned. I think before going in, I should check that I have the ability to cast Refrigeration. I also don't have Resistance to Corrosion. It might not be a terrible idea to go pick up one Ring of Resist Corrosion from Elf 3. Mm. Yeah, take advantage of the fact that I have one free slot and just use that for the Ring of Resist Corrosion. When the time comes and I get another curse, I will switch to the Ring of Cold Resistance and just curse that. But Resistance to Corrosion is kind of important to have for Slime. I have Refrigeration. I should use it. Where is Refrigeration? What's the button? Oh, I should put it actually in. R for refrigeration. Makes sense, right? There we go. And I have minus potion, but it's grayed out because as a mommy, I always have minus potion. It's so dangerous to have minus potion on an average character that doesn't get access to, or like that, or no, on a normal character, sorry, that does get access to potions. And so you go through the game thinking that you have access to that resource. But as a mommy, you kinda like if you survive the early game, you kinda grow accustomed to not having access to potions. It's like whatever. It's just not something that I can do. Now I wonder what it's gonna be like when I am done with this character and I start another one. Maybe I'll ignore potions for quite a long time. Um, I have to say that I'm very happy with how I've been playing this game so far. Like this character as a whole. I feel like I've made very few mistakes, and the game has rewarded me for making very few mistakes by having 8 scrolls of linking. That's gonna come very useful in SOT. Um, the amount of scrolls of linking that you have is usually, not always, but usually dependent on how many mistakes you have made with your character. The more mistakes, the least scrolls. Sometimes you just get really unlucky. I've had characters with 2 scrolls of linking by the time they come to SOT that never used one. Um, but fortunately, it was not this character. So all the loot that I didn't get, I got, compensated for by finding the manuals of fighting because I found 2, and all these scrolls of linking. And I have used the scrolls of linking. I used one. Um, Spamming fridge got you used to not using potions. Yeah, fortunately, I don't have to worry about the potion downside with this character. Nice. I like that I can finally cast refrigeration, or more so that refrigeration is such a good option for my character. I wanted to be a necromancer, but once again the game said no, you're not gonna be a necromancer. You're gonna be a spellcaster that casts Malign Gateway and refrigeration, and you're gonna enjoy it. Um, and I'm certainly enjoying it so far. Maybe I should fully explore slime for exploration piety from Ashensari. Might need that. So I like that now you can poison ice. That's a very good change for my usual playstyle of casting poisonous vapors at everything. Mm, okay, let us continue. Mm, all right. Yeah, I had a feeling that I should walk forward to reveal more monsters to make maximum effectiveness of my mana there. Beguiling and evocations. That's fine. Oh no, we don't want to curse that. We want to curse this. Hmm. Mm, okay, so far going well. We got another curse. Do I want to get rid of anything else? Replace it. Oh, the Trident of Pain. I do want to break the Trident. Okay, I'll do it. Goodbye. It was never a good Trident. Um, Other than the Pain Brand, that is. Pain Brand is good. Okay, let's fully enchant this thing. Okay, now let's inscribe it with Twitch TV/9 settler. You know, playing an Ashinsari character and putting that inscription on the weapon is extra effective because normally I like to juggle weapons and stuff, like switch between a dagger of venom or a launcher or different weapons in the early game, that kind of thing. With Ashinsari, I don't have to worry about inscribing all of those things because I cannot do that. Okay, Mr. Acid Bluff, unfortunately for you, I have Iron Shot. You have something that hurts a lot, actually, but I have Iron Shot. Hmm. Now my HP is looking more like what I would expect from a character at this experience level. 200 HP, experience level 23. Doesn't sound out of the ordinary. One way or the other. It's not too low, but it's also not too high. And because of that, because it's not too low, but not too high, I should consider it to be remarkable on a mummy. Normally, you just don't have enough experience to put towards that and still be able to be a functional character. But Ashensari, wonderful character. Well, wonderful god, just overall wonderful god. Got incredible corrosion. Better heal that off. Not that it matters, of course. Not really worried about slaying. Okay, you're being really annoying. I'm gonna use refrigeration on you. And now I'm gonna go upstairs. Exclude that. I have two options here. Either I found another set of downstairs, or I re-teleport and then go downstairs, because I would not be able to survive that. Fortunately, there's some downstairs over there that would take me to Slime 4. So there's no guarantee that it goes well for me, but it might be fine. Also gives me more exploration. Let's see how this goes. I like that the Shining Eyes, when they malmutate you as a mummy, you don't get malmutations.
My wife still doesn't believe in me.
Hey Bob and Alice, thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate it. Have you tried new Necromancer? If so, what do you think about it? Yeah, what do you think about new Necromancer? I've been playing a lot of it. Pretty much ever since Necromancer was reworked, I've only played Necromancers. You haven't tried it? Yeah, if you have tried previous Necromancer, you might have a better opinion on the changes compared to me, that I didn't like the old playstyle of Necromancer. I didn't play Necromancer way back in the day when everyone considered it to be super broken. I didn't play Necromancer in the more recent times where people didn't really like it that much, but I've been playing this Necromancer, so I don't have that lapse in my crawl knowledge. So far, like, this character is not really a Necromancer. The game gave me exactly 2 Necromancy spells. It gave me what is it called? Anguish and Dispel on Death. Those are the 2 Necromancy spells that I've gotten from the game, and I've already done pretty much everywhere where there could be shops or books. Apart from Slime, I suppose. Slime could have some books, but yeah, it's a bit too late for that. Like, the ship has already set sail. I'm already not doing Necromancer stuff. So yeah, it's been an interesting character. Oh yeah, I got offered the curse. Range and Fortitude. I am going to pass on it. It's my final curse. I can afford to be a bit of extra picky. Yeah, that's gonna go towards my weapon. Wow. It's really annoying when they try to malmutate you every turn. Please meld into being enormous. Or maybe not. By the way, what's my 10? Yeah. How slow am I attacking with this? 0.9. Not very good. Okay, let's cast Agony here. Something funny about Mommy is, as I mentioned, the fact that you do not really worry about not having the ability to drink potions after you cast refrigeration. Normally, like in if I was any other character in that position, I probably wouldn't have cast refrigeration precisely because of the lack of potions. Because I would have been like, oh, but I don't have potions, and I'm like running really low on mana. That could be bad. But no, as a mommy, I don't care. I am already used to not having potions anyway. Oh, that's a beast ring. That's so good. Jeez, that's fantastic. Um, the willpower is kind of important. If anything, it would be a ring of resistance to electricity for my character. It's actually not that fantastic upon thinking about it, but like on any other character, I would have been very happy to have it. The other ring as well. Oh, I guess you don't see it on the screen. Hold on. Those two rings are pretty good. Um, okay. What about books? Do I get any funny books for my character? Book of Debilitation is the only thing that I see here. With Vamp Drain, which I already have, and a bunch of spells that I cannot learn because I don't have the spell levels. Confusing Touch and Slow, but yeah, nothing that I care about. Okay, pretty lackluster, the books for this character. It almost makes me not even want to kill the Royal Jelly. Yeah, I got some pretty bad loot. Any idea what else is in 0.29? Attacks of Opportunity. Yeah, Attacks of Opportunity and Necromancy are the two most noticeable things about the version so far. Oh, Kiku rework. Necromancy and Kiku rework came hand in hand, pretty much. Okay, so if I was not a mommy, I would haste. But since I am a mommy, I can torment. Yeah, shouts to Torment Immolation. The return of Torment Immolation. I have fire resistance, so I don't care about getting 1 or 2 explosions. That's fine. That's fine. Didn't really deal any damage to me. You take 6 damage. And did that get rid of the Royal Jelly? Yes, it did. Shouts to being a mommy and being able to read Scrolls of Torment without dying in the process. It's quite nice. Definitely feels good. It's a strange feeling because it's such a rare consumable that getting to use it feels like a treat. There's a reason why it is the same color as the Scrolls of Acquirement, of which, by the way, I've not gotten a lot with this character. Anyway, I got my 4th rune out of that. I only did that for the in the hopes of finding some loot. Like, my loot is really bad. The gloves, the boots, and the cloak are unbranded and +0. They're just like garbage that I picked up earlier in the game to curse and then replace later on. But it turns out that they are literally the best thing that I found with this character. Let's see if Sod has something for me. I already did pretty much everywhere I could do. I guess I could do Crypt, but I don't want to do Crypt. Go Sod 1. Going into Sod as experience level 23. Probably not gonna be very high level by the time I'm done with Sod. We should be fine here if I just spam refrigeration. I am standing on the stairs after all. Okay, time to bail on that because that started to look pretty scary. Ooh! Oh, hold on. I have this spell on death. Yeah. Don't be silly. I have this spell on death. Use this spell on death on the death cops. It's just that I haven't really been using it for quite a while. Wow! I curse my fire skills and I find 5 scrolls of enchant armor. I cursed them at +5 because I felt like I really needed the upgrade, and then I just find enough to fully enchant them. It's okay because once I curse a demon trident, I can start breaking other things and just getting +2 versions of those things instead of +0 versions. I'm gonna lose some beguiling and element curses in the process, unfortunately, which are pretty good. Beguiling is conjurations and elements is elements. Very self-explanatory, that one. Okay. I should have read teleports before going downstairs. Save me, save me. Oh, dude, again? Why does it happen every time? It's just berserking. Everything is just berserking. Tentacles monstrosity, or like Eldritch Tentacle doesn't like me today. It really is trying to kill me very actively. Um, okay, somehow the Storm Dragon was extremely poisoned. I think it got poisoned by the tentacle, so that's nice. Okay. You should have seen earlier. I had a situation where 2 trolls were berserking at the same time from the same Eldritch Tentacle. And what happened was that I read teleport and I landed in a um, minimally bad situation. And I was like, you know what? I don't like this. I think I want to get out. And I read another teleport. And then it got me to the same spot where I originally ran away from in the first place. It was pretty bad. And then after that, yeah, I think I read another 2 scrolls of teleport with like a similar result, and then I was like, okay, I'm done. Let's actually fight this off now. Um, and I was able to win the fight, but it was pretty ridiculous. Okay, 2 shops? No, 1 shop. Scroll of Torment. Okay, definitely worth opening, unless this guy's crazy. Mana Viper. Ooh, look at that evasion. Fortunately, I have Dispel Undead, which doesn't miss, but if I relied on my evasion or on my Stun Arrow Iron Shot to kill this guy, that would be so painful. Um, as always, I'll come back to that later after I'm done with the level. I was starting to think that I was gonna have to just dive Sot, but it doesn't feel like that. Oh yeah, this is a White Draconian. It's not gonna go well to refrigerate a White Draconian. Um, do Stormcallers have Summon Dragon? No, they only have Summon Drakes. In that case, there was a dragon, like a Quicksilver dragon, and it just disappeared when I killed the White Dragon, the White Draconian. I wonder what happened there. I think what happened was that the guy was also super poisoned, but I'm not so sure about that. No idea. Doesn't really matter. Um, so yeah, I hope that you all have been enjoying my character so far. It is using some spells that I wouldn't normally use, such as Malin Gateway. Most of my spells are things that I would use, funnily enough. Ooh, melee curse on my melee weapon. That's very nice. Okay, now I can break something else. Gonna start breaking the cloak. Okay, hold on. I have a cloak of poison resistance, which is completely worthless to my character because I'm a mummy. Um, I'll break the boots because it's extremely unlikely that I find boots that are better than what I currently have. Or like, better than just +2 boots. So enchant armor on the boots. Break the boots. That's not so terrible. Yeah, now we shall curse those, and when we get the curse on them, I'll break something else, and then enchant something else. And hopefully, I'm gonna break and enchant the globes actually. And hopefully, by the time it comes to breaking and enchanting the cloak, I will have a +2 cloak or something fancy. I don't think I have a chance, but if I could get the Tiamat's cloak, that would be cool. Tiamat has a lot of willpower. If I wanted to agony Tiamat in order to be able to kill her, I would first need to be able to survive her ridiculous damage for like 4, 5, maybe even 6 or more turns while I agony her. And also I would need to use vulnerability to be able to hex her at all, which I do not have. I'm not carrying that. Maybe I should go back and carry some of that. Dude, I love refrigeration. This character, like my previous attempts at Necromancer, went extremely poorly in SOT because the status effects that you have to apply to yourself in order to be able to get undead allies. Now Animate Dead and well, Animate Dead is very similar to Death Channel now, except that Animate Dead's zombies last forever. Ooh, that's pretty bad. I can fear you, right? I can fear you, yeah. That's fine. I'm not afraid of this guy. I'm afraid of the Annihilator. That I am afraid of. Yeah, the unfortunate downsides of not having a resistance to electricity, but that's just how it is. I do have an item of resistance to electricity, funnily enough, but I do not have the ability to put it on if I want to be able to cast spells or have cold resistance. And I would say that cold resistance is a bit more important. There's so much more, so many more monsters that hit with cold damage here than electricity damage. Also, I am a mage. I can kinda manage to not get destroyed by an electric golem. Okay, I'm done with the level. Let's open this. So my plan is open this, immediately kill the obsidian statue. Maybe I should re-teleport and like wait 5 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, immediately upon opening the door, I get dispelled. I tell you that that happens every time. Oh, wow, that's actually already nightmarish. Okay, I am not gonna play games with my horrible mistake. Gonna blink over here. Yeah, I should have immediately killed this instead of blinked away. Should have immediately killed the Moth of Wrath. I could have done that with LRD on the Obsidian statue, I'm pretty sure. So do we re-teleport? Because now we can kinda re-teleport. Well, I guess I would have to kill this guy first. You can't drink. It's always a funny message to see. Less funny on a mummy, but still funny nonetheless. I have a couple of options. I can either read blinking and try to run away, or read teleport, or read summoning. This is a pretty bad situation to be in. It's just too many dudes. Okay, the tentacle monstrosity is the eldritch tentacle. I confused them for some reason. The tentacle is completely immune to cold, so I should be able to just cast refrigeration here. while I are without aggroing the tentacle. Yeah, immune to electricity, poison, fire, cold, acid, negative energy, and torment. Unfortunately, not immune to melee, so these guys are probably gonna kill it. That is right. They indeed killed it. Who knew that fighting 3 Berserk dragons at the same time was a bad idea? Who knew? Who knew? Passage of Golubria would be good, except for the fact that you cannot cast any slot. Oh boy, this is so scary. Yeah, the Storm Dragon is the fastest one out of all of them, I think. Yeah, this one is not fast. This one is a Storm Dragon, and it is fast, so yeah. I wonder exactly how fast it is. I actually don't think I know. Storm Dragon. It is speed 12, so it's not that crazy fast, but it is faster than you. You're not gonna be able to run away from it. Whew, it's just getting destroyed. Malign Portal rejects you as you step towards it. You can no longer step on it anymore. It used to be that whenever you stepped on this, it just blinked you and dealt a bit of damage. But apparently not anymore. Yeah, this is not going well. This is most definitely not going well. I need to get out. If I could haste, I would have hasted. So far, I've been getting some absolutely priceless blinks. Some fantastic blinks. Wow, I outlasted the Berserk of one of these guys. That's how long I've been fighting for. This is insane. I mean, as long as you don't just blow me up out of nowhere, we're fine. You're a Storm Dragon, so you're not cold resistance, or so poison resistance, sorry, so I can cure out of you. Yeah, very important to just snipe the Moth of Wrath. Um, I'm at very low HP. Okay, the teleport is not gonna trigger anytime soon. I think if I step towards here... Oh, but the Storm Dragon is slow. I think I have a pretty good chance of being able to go downstairs. If I go downstairs and get teleported immediately, that would be bad. On the other hand, how long ago did I try to teleport? Not that long ago. Four, 5, 6 turns, kind of. I think I can go down and cancel the teleport by reading another teleport. Okay, or that also works. Okay, so now that I've killed the Moth of Wrath, we should be fine when it comes to dealing with these Storm Dragons. Yeah, there we go, as easy as that. There's a difference between a Storm Dragon and a Berserk Storm Dragon. It's like actually like night and day. One of them is exponentially more dangerous than the other, which is funny because I don't have resistance to electricity. You would expect that the Storm Dragon would be more scary when it can shoot me with electricity, but no, it turns out that the very angry, very fast dude is much more scary. Okay, there we go. That's the very first thing that I should have done upon entering that, upon opening that bolt. Because that would have killed the Moth of Wrath and prevented the whole shenanigans that we were subjected to as a result of not killing the Bolt or not killing the Moth. Wow, 3! I got some pretty fantastic rolls there. Not gonna complain about it. 3 dispels on that. 3 dispel on that. I was not sure that it was gonna be enough, but it turned out to be. Also, these things are really, really expensive. That was interesting. I think I can continue doing a full clear as long as I don't have any unfortunate accidents, such as the one that we were just subjected to. We should be fine. Oof, this is so rough. Oh, you know what I should do? I should do what I did last time that I did thought with Malin Gateway and just and I got this layout. I just opened an area and kited pretty much everything in the whole game to this spot, or in the whole level to this spot, so I could cast Malin Gateway on those monsters. Mm, pretty rough, but this layout really doesn't let you use Malin Gateway at all unless you do that kind of thing. And I don't have a million charges of digging. In fact, I only have 4. Oh wow, another Berserk Golden Dragon. Wow, that's becoming a recurring trend. Fortunately, I was able to kill it. The Eldritch Tentacle just did pretty good job of getting rid of that one guy. Does Ashensari give See Invisible, or do I have See Invisible from... Yeah, what's giving me See Invisible? I have it, but I don't know what's giving it to me. It's gonna be Ashensari, right? Astral Sight. Astral Sight. I mean, Astral Sight is letting you see through walls, but if you can see through walls, it would be very weird if you could not see invisible, right? Okay, that makes sense. Gonna cast Malin Gateway just in case the Ghost Moth makes me run out of mana. Safest way to play that. Okay. Imagine if tentacled monstrosities were fast and you could not run away from them. That would be the absolute nastiest thing ever. Mouth of Wrath, we should be fine. As long as it doesn't immediately berserk the Stern Dragon or something. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with berserk dragons for now. I would appreciate not having to deal with them anymore. Okay, just out of curiosity, I wanted to Bamp Drain that guy. It kind of went okay. No complaints about that. I don't have to worry about getting berserked by a Moth of Wrath because, well, mommy. Just ran into Nico. He was wearing -LA gloves. Was he able to blink? Did you notice if he was able to blink? Because sometimes monsters cheat like that. I kind of trapped myself, so I guess I'm just gonna have to iron shot you to death. Hope that it works. Hey, it did work. 5 iron shots. Tentacle monstrosities are giant, and so they have a very difficult time dodging. Companions and Fortitude. I can take Fortitude. Companions doesn't matter. Oh, Companions does matter a bit because I have a companion. You blew him up pretty fast, but he never blinked. In that case, maybe. Maybe he wasn't able to blink. But yeah, -LA. You should not use a -LA item. The only way for me to use -LA is if it's Maxwell's armor on some characters, or I'm a Formicid, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, I can now shatter the chains on something else. So, oh, I have +2 boots. So, gloves. Back to the 15 for the gloves. How's my melee looking? 12.7. Should probably fix that. Chant armor. Shatter the chains on the globes. Beguiling and evocations. I'm okay with that. We can do that one. There we go. Ooh, look at that! 33! 33 armor class. We're moving up. Do you remember earlier in the game we had 18? We're almost at double that now. Very close to being at double that. Quite nice, quite nice. Let's go back to SOT. Going downstairs into a tentacle monstrosity is kinda nasty. Fortunately, we were able to deal with it. Now, I would appreciate it if this level actually let me cast Malign Gateway, because it's kind of my best spell. It's a spell that serves a wonderful purpose against some of these guys that are scary, such as the Shadow Dragons and Tentacle Monstrosities. And I'm very far away from the wall that I... Oh, come on, you gotta be joking. I'm gonna have to use digging again. Okay, just kiting everyone to my spot where I can cast Tentacle Monstros, or no, sorry, Eldritch Tentacle. What is the spot actually? Oh, I already passed it. Wow, okay. I deserve to die for that, but I should be able to cast it here. No, I can't? Okay, I can't. There was also a Ghost Moth there. Pretty scary Ghost Moth. I'm glad that the Shadow Dragon is not fast like the Storm Dragons are. There we go, easy peasy. Just so happens that things go well when you have an Eldritch Tentacle on your side. Those guys tend to be pretty bulky. What if I try to tab it? Yeah, for science. Okay, it did go really, really well. Okay, there was another monster in the level, but I don't think I care enough to try to find it. That looks nightmarish. We're not doing that. Let me exclude that actually before I immediately go downstairs again, as I tend to do. I kind of want to read magic mapping on this one. I have 12 magic mapping. Yeah, this bolt looks nasty. I want to see if we can fight our way out of these. Pretty spooky. Both those things were things that I was not really resistant to. Okay, I'm out of there. That got pretty bad pretty fast. Yeah, take a look at that damage. 28, 38, 31, 30. Could have been way worse, but still pretty bad. Oh, by the way, bad is Berserk Green Draconian Monk. Yeah, that's bad. Okay, there we go. We got the slow, which is exactly what I wanted. With the slow, I can walk away. Not for much longer, however. Yeah, how long until that wears off? Okay, thank you for wearing off. Now I can actually try to kill you. How do I kill you? I guess I could try to taff. I'm gonna try to taff. Let's see how it goes. By the way, I got a couple of scrolls of brand weapon, I think, before cursing the demon trident. Maybe I should have used those to see if I could regain freezing. I thought of it right now because in that situation, freezing was the best thing that I could have gotten to slow the purple or the green draconian a bit more. Okay, going downstairs is obviously not the greatest idea because there's like 17 dudes waiting for me down there, some of which I cannot fear. So what I'm thinking of doing is like reading teleport, waiting like 6 or 7 turns upstairs, and then going downstairs. I'm gonna try that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so far it's going well, no shifters. I think that went wonderfully. Um, yeah, that had exactly the result that I wanted it to have. It landed me in a pretty safe spot where it was not the safest spot because I did have to fight one dude, but it was only one dude, and it was a dude that I was able to kill really easily with Dispel Undead. So yeah, perfect. Okay, there we go. I can tap down normal Draconians. I have had so many characters in recent days that have issues tabbing by the time they get here. The Ogre was that. The Ogre was actually one of the worst characters that I've had recently. I think since I came back to Crawl, that must have been one of the worst characters that I've had. Um, I also think that that was one of the ones that stuck to Necromancy the most. So yeah, that gives me a rare negative outlook on Necromancy. Um, I don't think I will be particularly excited to go for Necromancy in the future. These stairs are probably safe to go down through. Maybe not. Okay. Okay, maxed. Oh no, I trained polearms to 14, which is what I wanted to do. That's nice. What happened with my spellcasting? I had spellcasting to 25, and all of a sudden it's 21 now. I guess I'm training that. I got rid of a bit too many self curses, introspection. Okay. The vast majority of the threat that comes from the Drakes is the Death Drake's ability to slow people. Being a mommy is helpful here because you are completely immune to miasma. So yeah, quite nice. Small upsides, as I told you. The more the game progresses, the more small upsides you get access to. Culminating in the immunity to torment. Yikes, you didn't really have to do that. 67 damage, Crystal Spear. I'm out. Don't kill me. So normally one cast of Ignite Poison is enough on Extremely Poison for the vast majority of the game on like many monsters. But in Soth, the average Draconian has like 100 HP. Yeah, max HP about 98. They have a lot of HP, so it's understandable that you're gonna need 2 casts of Ignite Poison to deal with those guys. When they're extremely poisoned, that is. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let's walk away from that. Shadow Dragon. How is this looking, like the success rate, just out of curiosity? 2%. I did get a Companion's Curse. That looks like something that I don't want to do. I'm gonna exclude that. That looks like it's full of killer clowns or something absolutely absurd like that. Yeah, I'll come back never. I'll come back never. I would like to get an... Oh, yeah. Beguiling Himself. Okay, I want that. When did I get that? Time to curse the... Or time to shatter the curse on my cloak. Which is Beguiling an Element. Okay, with that. How does that make my refrigeration look? Fine. Cloak. I have a +1 cloak laying right there, ready to be enchanted into a +2 cloak. So at the end of the day, I did manage to get value out of all the scrolls of enchant armor that I found. My gear went from being all +0 to being all +2. Not particularly special gear, but still ended with me getting 35 armor class. Went from 18 armor class for the vast majority of the game actually to the 35 that I have now. Quite nice. Okay. How much damage is it dealing? 4 dice of 12. Not that much damage. Still pretty nice, however, because of course it hits the entirety of the screen. Nothing can beat the versatility of refrigeration. It's just very simple. You press the button and it hits everything. Dude, Ice Magic really is crazy strong. I wish more things in the game were at that power level. I don't want Ice Magic to be nerfed. I want other things to be competitive with the power level of Ice Magic. The power of Ice Magic doesn't lay in the amount of damage that it does, but in the reliability of it. At the beginning of the game, it's like, oh yeah, the monster will... that's a pretty okay curse. At the beginning of the game, it's like the monsters cannot really resist what you're doing or dodge what you're doing from freeze and ramparts. That's pretty nice. But the more the game progresses, it's like you get the same, but the range increases with like freezing cloud and like hailstorm up until the point where no matter where the monster is, you will always be able to hit the monster with an effect that doesn't check armor class and doesn't check evasion, it just deals damage. It's ridiculously good in the form of refrigeration. And then there's Polar Vortex, which does the same but deals exponentially more damage. Just kills everything. I wonder how expensive would it be for me to go for Polar Vortex. If I had it, that is. I don't have it, unfortunately. Oh, you know what would be good here? Immolation. Okay, looking pretty good. only guy that's not dead is the one that's the most scariest, or the scariest. Okay, got some +2 cloaks. In case I wanted to get rid of my beguiling melee curse, but I don't really feel like doing so. I don't think I need to. Um, I would have liked an introspection curse for sure, but it's okay. Changing room shop, in case it wasn't clear that the game didn't really feel like giving me important shops this game. Um, yeah, changing room is good on any character that can mutate because it sells potions of mutation. But as a mommy, I don't care. Like, it has the plutonium sword. That's so absurd. I'm gonna buy it, just like I didn't have anything else to spend my money on. In the entirety of the game. So sure, I'll buy the plutonium sword. I'll win the game with the plutonium sword in my inventory, and people will be like, "Oh, plutonium sword," but that character has only 15 evasion or 15 dexterity and um, no training in long blades. And then they will see the inscription and be like, "Ah, yeah, I get it." Yeah. That felt like a situation to pull out the Wormy. I'm glad that I have gotten to showcase the two summon spells that I like the most in runs back to back. Um, I am currently playing with Man Gateway, and the last run I got to play Haunt. Yeah, both of them are pretty nice, and I always praise them, but I never use them because I pretty much never go for summonings. But this time, I specifically like I had zero training in summonings. I had a bit of training in translocations, but I had like no training in summonings, and I still went for Eldritch Tentacle because it was exactly my first win condition spell, and so far it's been doing exactly what it's supposed to. Orb of Fire. Wow! Look at that placement of the tentacle. Okay, so Eldritch Tentacles are the ultimate counter to Orbs of Fire. Orbs of Fire cannot kill Eldritch Tentacles. Hasted Orb of Fire is not good. I should be okay because I have a lot of fire resistance, but still, that's nasty. Can I Iron Shot the Orb of Fire? Maybe it hits. Yeah, the Arrow of Fire can never kill the Eldritch Tentacle. It literally cannot do any damage to it because it only has fire damage and malmutate, and the orb and the Eldritch Tentacle is immune to fire, and it's also immune to magic. So yeah, Orbs of Fire cannot do anything to an Eldritch Tentacle. It's only a matter of you surviving, of course. Getting some pretty nasty monsters in SOT 4. One Orb of Fire, one Killer Clown. Those guys do spawn outside of SOT 5, but it's pretty rare to get two of them in the same level. That almost never happens. Anyway, SOT 5, final level of the game. After this, we are done with this character. We're also done with the stream after we're done with this level, one way or another. So before that happens, I guess I should use this time that we have before doing the bolt to remind you that if you enjoyed the stream, if you enjoyed what you have seen so far, you should consider following if you're not already following, and you should consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. You don't have to, and I understand if you don't want to or you can't, but it does help me a lot. It would be great if I could get to 50 subscribers before the month finished, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. It's already like the final day of the month. So yeah, it would be nice if it happened. Maybe next month. Regardless, I still appreciate all your support throughout the 2 years plus that I've been streaming. It's always been nice. I have to say that I see like a fair amount of Twitch on my own free time and stuff, and I always see the chat of some streamers, and I'm like, how do they jump into the stream on a normal basis, knowing that that's waiting for them? And for me, it's not really the case, you know? Like, the chat is always very pleasant. It may be inactive or it may be pleasant. It's never unpleasant or annoying the way that I've seen chats in other streams be. So for that, I thank you. Um, I hope that you enjoy my stream. Anyway, going into the bolt. The Red Lich, what's your chance to hex me? 1%. The wonders of having two sources of willpower. Or do I have only one source of willpower? I did get one source of willpower, but I don't know if I have two. No, I only got one. Twitch chat can be ridiculous. Yes, it can be ridiculous. Ridiculous is putting it nicely. I think it can be straight up cancerous and awful. So I'm glad that I am not in the receiving end of that. Definitely. This would be much easier if I had, you know, the usual potions of brilliance and haste right now. But I unfortunately do not have the ability to use those things. I do have Eldritch Tentacles, so I'm gonna immediately throw one of those down. Summon the Cacodemon. I'm okay with Cacodemons. Yes, I'm. Oh, you're Berserk, right? Yeah, that's not so okay. Okay, Dreadlich. Ooh, it summoned the most dangerous thing that it could have summoned actually. Dispel on death range 3 dice of 32. That means up to 96 unavoidable, undodgeable damage that it just dropped on top of me. And then I killed it with Dispel on Death. Shouts to Dispel on Death. Shouts to the double Mummy Necromancy Enhancer that allowed me to have maximum damage Dispel on Death very early into the game. It's been useful from the very beginning, and it's still been useful in Salt 5. That was very scary. The scariest part of that is running out of mana. Because like I can hold my own without mana, but I shouldn't. There's a very good chance that things go very, very bad if I have to hold my own without mana, even though I have 36 armor class now. So exactly double what I had for the vast majority of the game. When I started the stream, I had 18 armor class, and I was using a +3 ring mail or something. Okay, we're going to be using Fogu here. Whoa, is that a Hell Sentinel? Jeez, who summoned a Hell Sentinel? Where did that thing come from? I don't need that kind of negativity in my life right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a second Fogu. Funnily enough, I can see the Lich, but I know the Lich cannot see me. I can see the Lich because I have Ashensari Astral Sight. Pretty funny part of worshipping Ashensari. You get to do that kind of thing. Wow, I was kind of stealthing my way away from the Lich. Okay, I'm gonna have to Dispel on Death on you. And now I feel like it's a really good idea to jump into that teleport trap because I have no way of killing this. If I wanted to fight this kind of thing, I would be doing Extended. Yeah, like maybe the tentacle, but the tentacle, like this guy already walked past the tentacle, like if it was nothing. Okay, I took a wild gamble there, and it paid off. On hindsight, however, I maybe should have blinked instead of using teleport. I should probably not press O. O is auto explore in case you are unaware. I'm just gonna place an exclusion there so it doesn't make me go over there when I inevitably press O due to force of habit. That's fine. That's a lot of leeches, you know. I don't know if I'm like more happy with Liches or Orbs of Fire. Mm, I have a lot of Scrolls of Focus, so I can afford to use them in this situation. The Dread Lich is worrisome. It cannot really see me if I do this. Yeah, like in that spot, the Dread Lich cannot see me, and by extension, it cannot cast Greater Demons on me, and so I can just kill the Tentacle Monstrosity and then finish off the two Liches. I'm gonna kill the Dread Lich first because I think it's significantly more dangerous. And just as I say that, I get hit for 107 by a Crystal Spear from the Insane Lich. Now, it's a decision that I have to make. Do I want to continue fighting or do I want to run for my life? And I want to run for my life. I don't want to die, so let's just run for my life. These guys are hasted, so I'm just gonna go for the double. I could also go for summoning. I'll go for summoning. That's a bit cheaper. I get very luckily a million summons. Ooh, wow, that's so messed up. Okay, I don't get a million summons. I get nothing. I'm gonna go for the double. Yeah, I think it's absolutely worth it. If you get hit for 107, you have to go for the double. Just ran into a one-headed Hydra, and man, they look weird. Okay, now that's what I was talking about. There we go. Pretty good, pretty glorious. Dispel Undead rolls. Look at that. I did so much damage with those casts of Dispel Undead. I think I am actually very happy to see all these leeches, considering that I have Dispel Undead. How is this looking, by the way? Because my stats are kind of taking a nosedive. That's fine. Hey, the Orb of Fire falters for a moment because it's affected by anti-magic. The Orb of Fire is destroyed. You love to see it. There's an electric golem over there. That's super scary. Yeah, bring it on. Dispel Undead, Dispel Undead. So far, we've been very consistently killing the Dread Liches into Dispel Undeads. I hope the trend continues and I don't start getting unlucky with some 5 damage Dispel Undeads. Another Insane Lich. Ooh, okay. Yeah, another 2-shot with Dispel Undead. But it did hit me for the 44 damage acid with the corrosion and everything. I'm glad that it was not followed up by a crystal spear. Oh no, 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 no. Was it? Do you have blink close? No, you have blink. You just got obscenely lucky and landed right next to me. Or rather, I got obscenely unlucky and you landed next to me. Just a normal draconian band. We can deal with that easily. I just got 2 miscasts of refrigeration in the fight at 3%. Now I don't think I can win this now. Yeah, I would be okay if I could drink potions of mana or brilliance, but unfortunately, well, that's not the case. Though I did get pretty good rolls after with my remaining casts of refrigeration. So that ended up getting the job done despite the fact that I ran out of mana. We walk out of the vault to regen all the mana, and then we continue. We're almost done. I am very excited. This week, no, not this week. Ever since the introduction of the Necromancy patch, I have played only Necromancers, and so far I've won 3. This one is not really a Necromancer. It did start as a Necromancer, but it ended up becoming something that's very clearly not a Necromancer. It's the nature of Crawl. You should not force builds. If I really wanted this character to be casting Necromancy spells, I would have gone Kiku. And I probably would have died because Kiku is significantly weaker than a Shensari. I have not really gotten to try all of New Kiku, but I don't have to try all of New Kiku to know that New Kiku is not in the same league as Ashensari. Ashensari is just on another power level from most other gods in the game. Um, really the strongest god in the game. All the things that Ashensari does are absolutely wonderful. They are all things that every character wants, like becoming stronger faster and not being hit by exploration traps. That's a huge deal. And also identifying all your gear very early into the game as well. All of those things combined make it so that Ashensari is one of the safest gods for streaking, in my opinion. I did see Acrobat's streaking tier list for gods. Um, I would say that Ashensari was underranked a bit. Ashensari was ranked very highly, and I still think it was underranked because it was not ranked the highest. I think it all makes sense. Like it makes sense to me that Ashensari would be ranked the highest because it prevents you from dying to many things that can ruin a streak, such as hitting an exploration trap and just getting teleported or shafted super badly. Or not having your, I don't know, blinking identified. Um, yeah, I would say that Ashensari is very good for streaking, just as it is for the normal playthrough. You have not given Ashensari a try since the rework. I cannot recommend Ashensari any more than I already do. It really is in another level. Um, Truly insane. I'm a bit surprised that the tentacle just completely moved out of the way of the orb of fire. There we go. Um, this character has not had any issues killing anything here. Oh, maybe the electric golem will be the first thing. No. Okay, the electric golem is very scary because I don't have the resistance. You can die really fast to those guys if you don't have the resistance. Jeez. Took me 4 Dispel Undeads there, and the Ancient Leech got me with an 88 damage Crystal Spear. That would have gotten pretty bad if it had followed up with another Crystal Spear, because a maximum damage roll is like 140 something. So I think it would have left me with very low HP if it had done 2 in a row with the second one dealing maximum damage, which fortunately wasn't the case. I know that it sounds like the stars needed to align for the Ancient Leech to ruin me, but that kind of thing does happen. It happens unfortunately frequently. Mm. Okay, 2 orbs of fire at the same time has been probably one of the scariest things that I've had to fight against here. But my Eldritch Tentacle and I were able to just get rid of them. Very nice. Now let me rest my mana. Been resting the mana a lot with this character. 88,000 turns, 88.5k turns. Another Ancient Leech. Sure, let's just walk towards it. Dispel Undead, Dispel Undead, Dispel Undead, Dispel Undead. Another one. What's up with that? Oh, you know what? I think this plays so the Sod 5 Bolt either places a bunch of Draconians or one of those nasty monsters. I think that's how it works. And I haven't seen a lot of Draconians here. If you face a 1% chance to death 40 times, there's a 33% chance you die. That is pretty much how it is. In general, roguelikes are about minimizing danger, unless you feel thrill over risking your virtual life. In which case, I guess you do whatever you enjoy, but I enjoy not dying in general, both in my roguelikes and in real life, and so I take the steps to avoid such a thing. Which includes, trying to not put myself in situations where I could get unlucky and die. Okay, I think we're done. I think we are done here. All right, I'm glad. I'm glad that we're done. Let's just pick this up, get out, and win the game. Now, if we see a Hell Sentinel, or a Tzitzimitl, or a Fiend, or pretty much anything, we just teleport or blink because we have access to the ability to do such things. However, if we see a Tormentor, we get to enact revenge on the Tormentor. Ah, I was about to ignore it, but then I remembered that it would actually legit kill me if I was to ignore that. Where does that lead? Okay, that leads exactly to where I want it to. Um, yeah, it would have put me there and I would have died. I'm gonna read blinking for escaping this because I see a Panlord. I don't have enough time. Oh no, is it a Panlord? It is a Panlord. No spells. No spells, but lots of evasion, lots of willpower. Yeah, I would be able to kill it with Tentacle, but I don't want to risk it. Executioner. Executioners are a joke. I see an angel. I don't want to have anything to do with angels. That was actually a Seraph. Seraph and its band. Nope. Nope, that kind of kills mummies pretty fast. On the other hand, the Prosphane Servitor is not nearly as scary as it could be for a different character. Um, Whoa, what's up with the spawns? The spawns are getting kind of out of control. I'm just gonna ignore these guys. Oh, they have this spell on death? They have this spell on death? Hold on. They do! It's 3 dice of 24. In that case, I would have been significantly more afraid than I was. Um, that was crazy. Very interesting orb run so far. Lots of dudes. We're almost done. We're almost done, however. Where's the exit? Pretty eventful. No greater demons, no panlords, no... Well, I guess one panlord. But does it really count if it's a panlord without spells? I would say no. It doesn't really count as a panlord. But very few greater demons. We did see a fiend and an executioner, but executioners don't count. Look, executioners are disproportionately scary if you have low armor class. With 36 armor class, an executioner is not scary. With 20 armor class, an executioner is somewhat scary, but not with 36. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the Seraph was like really scary. Harpoon shot is nasty, very fast, weak to cold. I could kill it with refrigeration if I really wanted to, but I don't really want to fight. I have all these scrolls of blinking that I can just use to not die in the orb run. My reward over playing a near flawless game. And there it is. As I told you, my reward for playing a near flawless game. Um, I did get blessed by one very specific thing very early, and that was the manual of fighting. The manual of fighting was such a game changer for this character. Alongside Ashensari, of course, made me train it much faster. I am very satisfied with how this character went. Yeah, I'm very happy um, with the result of this character, with the win. Unfortunately, I didn't really get to play a lot with Necromancy, but on the other hand, I think that made my character into a more powerful character. If I had gone for Necromancy, I wouldn't have gone for Refrigeration, and I wouldn't have gone for Malign Gateway. And those two things were crucial in SOT. I used those spells so much in SOT. Malign Gateway was my main way of killing Orbs of Fire. With no Malign Gateway, I had no way of killing Orbs of Fire. Maybe I would have gotten Haunt or something if I had gone. Well, if I had gotten Haunt, I could have used that for killing Orbs of Fire. That would have been a Necromancy spell. But anyway, I'm glad that I got the win here. Very satisfied. If you enjoyed what you saw, you should consider following. If you're not already following, and if you are, you can consider subscribing. Um, Maybe next month we'll get to 50 subscribers. That will be nice. But with that being said, it's time for me to just get the win, make it official. You have escaped with the plutonium sword and that pretty good ring, +2 cloak. Yeah, some pretty good stuff. It feels nice to have the inventory be so empty, you know? It doesn't have potions because, well, mommy. So yeah. Do you feel like the game is much harder these days compared to 0.15, 0.18? Yes, it is harder since 0.27. If you play 0.26, you will notice that it is much easier than the current version. That is like for sure. Is it an issue? Kind of. I feel like it makes more gimmicky things into a more unpleasant experience. Or it forces you to go for certain very strong gods to carry a bad combo. Um, but it's playable. I mean, I am enjoying it. I don't play old versions all the time. I sometimes dip in to 0.26 because it has the perfect mixture of being recent enough and easy enough, but only when I am really frustrated with Crawl. More often than not, I just play Trunk and it's fine. So yeah, pretty good character.